office to go to another session. So we're starting a tad bit early, meaning we'll get 2 questions next time in terms of hero points. And we are back. We are live. And hello, everyone. I am Leviathan Devil, aka Matt Levi Magnum. Anyways, joining me today at the beginning of the stream, we got a special 8 hour for you. We've got Meme Name. Introduce yourself, Meme Nomike.
What's poppin', gang?
Next up, we got the wizard with the bizarre past. Hello, Sass.
Greetings. How you doing?
Going well. Next up, we've got the music bot I need to kick. There we go. Not kick out.
Chi-Chi. Bye-bye.
Yep. I did not mean to pull a Chi-Chi. Anyways, next up, we've got everyone's favorite Genshin Impact nerd, Shadow.
Hi. Yes,
And-
I'm currently in the Sumeru arc. Don't spoil anything.
And finally, we have everyone's favorite Excel document enthusiast, Lightsbane, whenever he's back. I don't know if you're back, Will. Oh, there he is. Yep.
Well,
Yeah, you can hear him walking down the basement steps. Crick,
Dude,
crick.
That's a sensitive mic.
So, I got 2 good pieces of news that should help you guys differentiate between the multiple cast of characters in the future. And I need to talk to a particular person about, something going forward because, look, not too important. What is important is that, to give you and the audience a brief rundown of what's being reintroduced today is we got pinnacle items, a new and improved pinnacle item system. And secondly, I mean, yeah, Girkfall. Well, first of all, I will go over the new and improved pinnacle item system in a second. There's a bit more to it than just the single one now, and most of these aren't going to be. You're going to have one major one, essentially, and then a bunch of other things that will give you small boosts, but nothing compared to the big item. Anyways, this being said, the other thing I am reintroducing is something that last time I gave it to you, I spent 2 months not going back to the main quest. Affinity missions!
And no, he's not lying. That actually happened.
Affinity.
Yes,
Because we had like
Affinity.
Oh
people,
no!
each
Oh
one
no!
takes,
The
like,
worst
2
part
to
of
3 sessions.
Matt's creating little ideas. Affinity missions. Oh no! I'm joking.
That being said,
Everybody to roll 20.
yes, everyone to roll 20.
I
You
have
know
to wait
what,
for my
Meme? Since you are the first one in here and are never in here after session starts, give yourself an extra hero point today.
All right.
Yeah.
Amazing. I'm getting myself to roll 20 real
Also,
quick.
the players can't see this, but I just want to show, or the players can see this, but the audience can't. I just want to show you the picture of my new little note-taking system.
Oh boy.
It's
From our perspective, it says.
Hang on.
It's a 5-subject notebook. I expect this to last me until the end of the Taldor arc. Any questions?
I am.
Yeah, no, because affinity missions, my man. There are little tabs on it. So, oddly enough, I wrote the Group 1 second because Group 1 I expected to be Group 2. Then I remembered tomorrow's the Super Bowl. That being
I mean,
said,
I'm good with having a session over the Super Bowl. I just have it on the side, just looking good.
It's one of those things where it's a family get together, and particularly it's the
Ah,
thing we didn't have a
understood.
session over last week.
Especially after what's happened.
So
yeah.
if you want to support me personally, me and my family personally, Sass, I know this will hurt. Root for the Eagles.
Boo. Okay.
All that being said,
Chiefs versus Eagles.
Yeah, Chiefs
I'm not sure
versus
who to choose.
Eagles.
I'm not sure who to cheer at.
Anyways, we will go to Sass, Carl, take turns recapping what happened last session.
Oh, geez. Oh, it's going to be a bit. That was a while ago. So 2 weeks ago, last time on Path to Create Nihil. So we realized Matt is heading towards imminent danger, but in the meantime, fuck. Who was it?
Long
It was
story
Matt's
short,
character
Dude, it
and
long
was a
story.
Alvara's
2 hour
character.
session.
Yeah, it's
Matt's character,
Keat.
Alvara's character. Go ahead. Yeah, go ahead, Matt.
It's Keat. So Gavilan and Alvaro go off on a fantastical adventure to catch up to those two. Seth, for some reason, went after them. And I'm realizing the one fatal flaw in that adventure, which is the fact that these things are dumb, but they're not dumb enough to throw themselves in the way of their enemies committing suicide, which is what they know they're doing. So that is getting a bit easier resolution. That's the main thing to keep in mind, that, oh, this is going to be a big deal. It'll take a couple of weeks. No. Because I forgot.
Much to your chagrin.
Yeah. Anyways, meanwhile, you guys, with my help, made an Excel document for all the important characters, which I will be updating before new characters are introduced.
Which was like 20 to 30 minutes of last session. It's just like, hello, here's how extensive your people are. How many people are there?
So fun fact, your mercenary group is not large, but it's powerful, because while you don't have a lot of people, you have powerful people. So
i.e. people who can become powerhouses.
I think of it like the Fairy Tale Guild. Not a lot of people, but do you really want to mess with the Fairy Tale Guild? No, probably not.
Mm-hmm.
That being said, why did you do this, Sass? What happened on the Alexa, stop. What happened on the home front?
So, meanwhile, while they were having their whole shebang and having to save State Man, so because they're going into imminent danger, the group back home, they're addressing the issue regarding trying to convince the ambassadors between Andoran and what's the other? My apologies, Andoran and Kaldor help seal a better alliance, a better thing, stronger relations with another. And what they've, after rigorous Excel spreadsheet, well, that was after the session, but after rigorous,
after finding
bios
out the
about
job of how hard
each job
freaking is to manage the
before
mercenary company.
Before today, the mercenary group, unfortunately, by the group, we don't know each mercenary group by heart. But by the end of this year, everyone will know, and everyone will have a helpful character bible as to who everyone has. Basically, Raphael, Shadow, and basically they assign the rogues to do. Try to seek out the weaknesses and or strengths of each ambassador who is amenable to help signing the treaty. We need 5 more signees. So if we can get those through, that'd be great.
5 is the minimum. However, you have time to get more than that. So
secure the vote.
Basically, a minimum, like 2/3 vote might get overturned in the future. If you put some oomph behind it,
make it 3/4 vote.
Yeah, if you basically need 5 in order to get it done. You probably want more to make it seem like a more popular thing. Not important. Politics is weird. Quote of the day: politics is weird. The Leviathan Devil. Anyways, um,
It's true.
shortly after you're all done eating breakfast and you're off doing your own things, the other group walks in, looking dejected and defeated. Um, and in the midst of this, Matt pulls you aside and says, uh, "Look, I'm sorry, I missed some things, but show me what you got. What are your plans at the moment? What's going on?"
Well, one, welcome back. Two, here's what we got. We currently have these 7 out on patrol. They are currently gathering intel to see who is amenable to the cause, as well as their strengths, weaknesses, so we can go ahead and hopefully have an easier time convincing them. Now,
go ahead.
Now, so far we have not gotten anything back, but I don't expect that to be until probably day 2 of the tourney. So
Matt looks at the list you provided and says, "This is not a bad start. However, I would like to point out that the public does hear rumors as politicians. So I would recommend you send out to canvass the area in a more open sense Clara Sky, Alda Luros, Uldir Strongback, Heather Morgan, Germana Kalia, Zorch Sea Scrubber, and Rose O'Sullivan. They can go canvass the city and find rumors. Now, now then, tell me, your knowledge, sorry, what your knowledge of, the people you sent out is."
the people that I initially sent out,
Yeah, do you
with
know anything
Raphael
about their
were
backgrounds, history, anything about their personality?
not much. To be honest, I mean, whatever's on their files mostly. And
The
unfortunately,
files,
that's
the
not
sacred sheet.
Well,
like
it looks like
all
we need to be
you have is
better
like
friends
names
before
and
the
what they
worst comes. Now
Yeah.
then, I need to ask you to do some things. For, well, all of them
Who are
have
you
some
asking?
things going on, right? So, amongst your groups, because I'm going to be taking a second to rest and recuperate from what just happened, amongst your groups, I'm going to be asking you all to do some things for the other members of the group, not in our internal group, but outside of it. They all have some things they're going to be wanting to get done. That being said, I would need you all to work with them and make sure these things are happening, right? Because there's a lot of things going on. I've got a good thumb to the pulse at the moment, and if I'm going to leave you all in charge of various sects of this group later on, I'd want you to at least get to know these people. So, that being said, I would like for you all to do what you can to get to know them.
Okay.
Anyways, I'm going to go take a small break, reconvene with the rest of the people that aren't here. So,
All
you
good.
guys take a second to think about where you want to go from here, and we'll get moving. Or you'll get moving. Anyways, so, before, you guys are able to exit the room,
Mhm.
you
Don't worry, I
are
have my
met
Bible up.
by a man. I'll find this picture for you guys. I was originally gonna have it be his herald, but that thing's huge.
Hmm.
Anyways, you are met by a man who is often described as a clean, refined, and cultured Taladane human with dark hair and wearing a golden breastplate, dressed in embroidered cloak and fine clothes. He is seen
Royalty.
possessing a number of keys. He has a beard and braids tied in gold thread. I will let those amongst you make a religion check. This is like a
Okay.
DC 12. I just need to make sure you don't nat 1, essentially.
Listen, I don't have anything in religion that, so
Okay, well then you can still fail.
yeah.
So, this is Abadar. This is a avatar of Abadar standing in front of you.
I need a.
As for Raphael, you don't know who this is because you thought Abadar didn't have a beard because you're an elf. Anyways,
Gotcha.
Yeah, I'm trying to get to my sheet here real quick.
They don't have what? Who is this dude?
Oh my god! Hang on, give me a sec.
So he says, the heroes who recently braved my trial. Well, not that my trial was something that was as gratuitous as the others. I simply wanted you to protect the city this was in. I am a huge proponent of civilization, so any city getting destroyed is not favorable in my eyes. I am an avatar of a deity you might know as Abadar, maker of law, bringer of civilization. As such, I have some gifts for you. I hear that the journey has been long so far and want to help you along the path that you'll need to take. First of all, Raphael, if you would please step forward, I have a gift for you.
Okay. I sort of as I still was a bit sus about this character as I don't know him. I stepped forward a bit anxiously.
And he touches you on the shoulder, and your robes start to glow.
Ah, it's happening.
And Avadar says to you, "You're a man who seeks to, well, do better. These robes are a wonderful gift for someone like you. With them, your past will not rear its head to those who are weaker than you. However, the main perk of this little robe of yours is that it will grant you something that most generalist wizards do not have: a bit of extra magic each day. However,
Ooh.
this will be more like that of your sorcerer companions. You get one slot. It cannot be used for any harmful magic, and it can only be changed anytime you would grow in power."
Okay, so non-harmful magic. Let me put that. I'm looking through my sheets. Raphael's like,
mechanically
yeah, go ahead.
speaking, you get one spell slot that you can change anytime you get a level. But the spell slot can only contain a non-harmful spell, and it cannot be heightened. So basically, if you were to make like a first level be a heal spell, it would be a first level heal, and you wouldn't heighten it, right? So it's much like a extra set of spontaneous sets, except you only get the one, and you can only change it when you level. This should sound familiar to someone like Will. This is something that was inspired by Syl originally. Anyways,
Yeah, Raphael's just like, thank you very much. He's sort of a stranger's grace is something he appreciates.
So he says, "Maple, would you please be a lamb and step forward?"
I do that.
Maple, you are a skilled tracker and cleric, but you could be better. First, you need to know how to command respect, and essentially, it's weird that you don't know how to talk to people. I'm gonna fix that. Anyways, as far as tracking and being a cleric, I am noticing that you don't quite have the greatest ability in tracking that you could, yet they depend upon you to be a tracker. And while you have a good amount of knowledge, you don't have the most knowledge you can as a person of the cloth. So my gifts to you are simple training in the ability to talk to people, and the expedition of your ability to track and your religious knowledge. Mechanically speaking, Maple, you get trained in diplomacy, intimidation, and deception.
Wow, all three?
All three. And then religion and survival, you get free bumps in. No, nothing more than just free bumps, but religion and survival you can boost to master at the moment. Just so that you can be the tracker and cleric people are expecting you to be, essentially.
Nice.
This is your pinnacle blessing.
Thank you so much, Abadar.
It's no problem. When you get home, tell your dad I say hello.
And do.
Gurkfall, I'm sorry to cheap you out on this one, but I can't really give you anything. Because if I do, that'll do a lot of damage. So, here's 5,000 gold.
His pinnacle item's already dumb.
His pinnacle item's already dumb because he already has them. It's just a matter of me giving you the sheets, the items for them. Regardless.
His weapons already is it. I already made it.
Will, yeah. I changed up pinnacle items. We need to talk about the rest of them at the moment. I'll explain the system after session or in one of our breaks. So, that being said, finally, and I'm going to re-emphasize, I've changed the system a bit, Will, so I still plan on giving Carl what you were planning on giving him. However, Abadar's like, Shadow, if you would please step up.
Step up.
So, you are a champion of Apsu, and you seem very dedicated to your work. However, it is a interesting plight for you. You have resistance against some of the brethren of yours that you would need to slay as being that of chromatic plights, but not quite all of them. As such, I want to give you a gift. It will start off in a particular state, but I hope you will find ways to mold and adapt it so you can be the great vanquisher of the evil flights. And he hands you a ring.
Okay.
As you put it on, he continues saying, "This should keep you safe from the cold breath of from the cold breath of white dragons, the fiery heat of the red dragons, and the shocking breath of the blue dragon. Mechanically speaking, this basically gives you half your level in DR to electricity, fire, and cold. I will refine this later on, but that's it for now."
Okay. Yep, I'll add that in a second. We're not done eating.
Anyways, the other group does have some things to go over in the next bit, but let's now just for the sake of the audience, or for you guys, if you don't quite remember what affinity missions are, do you guys remember what affinity missions are?
You want me to
Yeah,
repeat it?
pick me if no one else does.
Yeah, go ahead. I mean, yeah, affinity missions are basically you go, say there's a couple of people who we can get a better relationship with. We go out, we do a mission for them because maybe they have something with their gods, or maybe they have something personal to deal with. We help them, and hopefully, alongside helping them, we get a better understanding of each other.
Yes. So I've updated some things about the affinity mission. First of all, you're not just doing these jobs for them. They're going to be tagging along with you when you're doing them. So you get to interact with them in the process. Second of all, not all affinity missions are going to be individual tasks. So certain affinity missions will have multiple people you have chances to gain some following with, right? And another thing I should mention is I have 4 of them prepared for today. Because there's a lot of writing to do with these. Session will end after we complete a couple of these affinity missions and do whatever the heck else happens outside of what I planned. That being said, Currently, the affinity missions I have are known as, and if you guys know me, you should know why I call them this way. Abishola stars in My Queens and My Boss. What a mess. Glenn Greentree, Alvis, and Aurora star in The Weight of the Crown. Olivia Saranis and Zort Sea Scrubber star in Partners in Fines. And finally, you have Lancelot stars in The Ladies' Man Falls in Love. So,
God.
So, all of this being said, we will take a quick second for us to discuss this internally. We will come back once we are ready for the first affinity mission. Okay, so we'll be right back.
Okay.
Sounds good. Didn't mute myself. Okay. Yep. Okay. Now we are back. That being said, um, yes. Let me find a little starting quest for this, or starting text for this, because I've broken this up into two sections at the moment. Ooh. Ah, yes. So, after you guys get out of your little powwow with the avatar of a literal deity, Glenn comes up to you and says, "With His Majesty home, I thought that the Empress would, get better, but alas, I was wrong. Something happened when he returned. Now we need to solve it. Uh, I'm not quite entirely sure. I figured there's a pretty easy way to find out. However, payment will be 350 gold a piece, as well as an ablative armor piece. A set of ablative armor. So, it's temporary hit points. Yeah, temporary hit points. It would be greater, yes. It would yes, that is what I'm talking about. So maybe I should tell you a bit about my past before I get down to it, because I know what you're thinking. Why is this Gripply man so obsessed with the Empress of Taldor? Isn't that completely out of my wheelhouse? Well, sort of. I should mention myself a bit more in detail. Before I was the crippling man that stands before you, I was a human and the bodyguard of a woman by the name of Layla Drake, or as you might know her, Eliza Montesquieu, Empress of Taldor before Aurora. That being said, in the final days of Aurora's mother's past, she was killed by a being known as the Shadow of Corleone. I was not so fortunate. I was split off from my body, soul wise, and put into the egg of a Gripply. Thus, here I am, a young Gripply man, trying to do what I couldn't in my past life and keep the Empress safe. That's who I am, and that's why I'm here. That being said, some of you already knew that, and that's why we're going to be doing what we're doing. Now, I would be more than willing to answer any questions at this point in time. I mean, honestly, I mean, I don't have a reason to lie to you, but please tell me, you're taking me at face value? Really? I'm a frog. I I you know what? Maybe Glinda. Well, no, I guess not. Yeah, okay, okay, cool. Hmm. Well, I believe we should head to the study. Of course, I will give you some time to get ready. Because I'm not entirely sure how bad this may go. And while I know breakfast has happened, I'm not sure if you've gotten a chance to prepare everything yet today. So, take some time, get ready, and come meet me and Elvis in the study whenever you are finished. Yeah, Gurkfall's a prepared caster. It's like, you guys have... Gurkfall's not a prepared caster. He's like, you guys have to prepare spells? You don't just wake up in the morning with spells? Given, I would like to point out you probably would not have your armor on or your weapons because you were technically in the presence of an empress. Well, you are in a... Yeah, you guys... You're a Serenite? Yeah, yeah. Yeah, no, literally... They know what you look like. They know... Yeah, yeah. Well, do you sleep with your helmet on? No, because it doesn't have the comfortable trait. So, this this embassy has eyes and ears everywhere. They know. Nah, no. Well, it is funny. I'm just saying, like, even if you slept with a sheet over your head, the minute you took your helmet off, they knew. Which raises a better question. How the heck did someone get kidnapped from this place? More like, there's a constant scrying effect on everywhere here. Yeah. Less mundane, more magical. No. One of you has a mirror that has someone inside of it, but none of you know that because if you did, you'd be really fucking terrified. Well, first of all, I'm talking about Seth because Replica snuck into his room via his mirror. Anyways, but by the way, fun fact, if you're talking to someone with that particular seal on your arm, they ain't talking to you. They're just thinking at you. Meaning that when you are talking back to them, it just sounds like you're talking to yourself, which is why Glinda did not realize something was amiss there. Anyways, so Gurkfall, you need to get your weapon and your armor. I did say out of context that you'd be going into a forest, so I don't know. Do you feel that is a fair point, actually? I don't know. I mean, Carl, I don't know. Do you really want to get, grime of food on your hand wraps? You mean like you wear gloves? Well, hold on. It's like, okay, we're eating food. Ah, I don't want to get my hand wraps dirty. Puts on fine leather gloves that you wear to a party. Okay, let's eat. Yup. Now there is a reason why Glenn was like, wait, you guys are just outright trusting me on this? It's because, he was a former royal guard. If he heard this story, he'd be like, what the fuck, man? You just expect us to believe that? It is true, though, you have heard and seen weirder shit. So, what about you, Meme? You gotta put anything on before you head out? Also, do you have to adjust your character sheets, everybody? Not you. You got 5,000 gold. Because theoretically speaking, you've already got your pinnacle items, you just haven't been using them outside of the weapon. But well, first of all, you have an aura where people within like 15 feet of you that are lower level do not recognize you from your past. And then the other part of this, within 15 feet, if the further, well, within 15 feet they won't recognize anything, right? if they can see you, they won't recognize you. But if they hear your name from further than 15 feet out, they might recognize the name, but wouldn't recognize you as a person. So it has a visual trait where anything lower level than you that sees you won't know anything about your past. But within 15 feet, they won't know anything. They won't remember your name. They won't do a lot of things, right? Unless it's someone like, higher level and has already run into. So this will work on someone like Glinda, but it won't work on someone like Alec in the future. This also won't work on your party members if they figure things out. But there's another effect, which is it gives you an extra spontaneous spell slot. You can't change it. That's why I call it a spontaneous one. But you can change it you can change one of them once every level. And Carl, currently you are level 11, which puts you at 5 DR. By the way, Sass, your robes have a special name to them, and they are the robes of shielding eyes. Your armor, your explorer's clothing is now the robes of sealing eyes. Meme name, you have a blessing. That will be going into like a feat section for you. The name of the blessing is the Picture Perfect Cleric and Tracker. Carl, your ring is known as Protection from the Colored Flights. Or Chromatic Flights, sorry. Yep. Well, your cloak isn't armor. Your cloak is a separate item. So your robe is armor, essentially. Anyways, all of that being said, whenever you guys are caught up. Oh, also, let me know if you have any purchases you want to make today. Or if you want to start crafting something. Because we have new crafting rules. Yes, Will, they fixed crafting. So, first of all, I am doing a step beyond what they said, and so first of all, crafting isn't entirely based off of earned income anymore. In fact, there is a setup time, and that's it. There's a setup time, and then you can expedite the second half of it, right? So rather than expediting the second half of it, you are going to pay for half of it. You can do an expedition of the first part of the processing it. Then when you craft it, since you can't sell the item for anything more than what you paid to get it, I'm just going to say, yeah, you crafted it, buddy. Good job. However, theoretically speaking, the setup time for lower level consumables can be as low as 4 hours. I don't think you heard me, Will. If you are making an elixir of life that is 3 or more levels lower than you, plus you have master in crafting, you can make an elixir of life in 4 hours. And that's not a single elixir, that is a batch. That's 4. It's a batch of 4. So basically, Alchemist and anything that does crafting got a boost from this new book. Also, another thing I should point out is they made it so you can actually like grow alchemical reagents too. Grow them, yes. Yes, and there's even like an item where you can like basically have like a pocket farm, right? You have to spend your downtime on it each day, but it means that you can easily access these things. They're also not permanent alchemical reagents. We'll get to the. I mean, what do you want to work on, Raphael? Because now it's time. They fixed it. We can have crafting-based characters in these campaigns without screwing them over. Hip hip hooray! Hip hip hooray! The study. Okay, I'm just. You know what? Here's bet number 2 for an extra hero point today. Aside from Glenn and Alvis, who do you think you're gonna run into? I don't know. Does Aurora seem like the kind of person to be in a place called the study? Your answers are forfeit. Meme, Lightsbane, who you thinking? Who? Who will? No, not a. Well. I will restate the question. Aside from Glenn and Alvis, who do you think will be in the study that would know what is going on with Aurora and why she's still pissy? Savior? No, not until everyone gets a chance to answer. If you want, I can pass it over to Carl, and he can answer it for no hero point. Okay, Carl? Who is it? Okay, well, God, I am disappointed. As Glenn and Elvis stand over Matt, who is sleeping in the study with a book on his head, Elvis says, Yeah, he's been back this whole time! He's been back, like, he literally met with you before freaking Abadar came in. No, so fun fact, they failed in record time. Yeah. So out of character, I guess. No, you see the rest. No, they failed in record time next half of this because I thought this was going to be the first half. This is after they failed, which, by the way, fun fact, means that they came back when they kicked Save State Man the first time. They didn't even need a day to fail, because Raphael, or who has Warfare lore? Because I'm just gonna give it to you if you think about this. Carl, what happened last time you were in that cave? How hard did you kick the crap out of those goblins and kobolds? Yeah. So, Carl, as someone with some strategic knowledge, you know what they were doing. It was suicidal at best. Meaning, the kobolds have grown more powerful and thus slightly more intelligent. So they are going to not just get out of their way for doing what they're doing. They're going to escort them to their deaths. Basically, it's like, hey, can you let us through so we can get executed? Why would I say no? That's really fucking amazing. Thank you. This is the best gift I could have ever received. Anyways, they got their ass kicked because of that. Got some power-ups because of that. Not important. Long story short, Matt is back, and he is sleeping in the study with a book on his face. Alvis sort of coughs and is like, Matt, can we talk? So Matt snaps awake. He jolts up, and the book he had, which was a blank journal that it looked like he was trying to start writing in, gets tossed into the fire of the study and starts burning. He's like, "Wow, hey Alvis, what do you need? You need help learning a spell or learning some new way of punching? I can help." And he looks around. Is like, "Oh, God damn it! Of course they brought you." And Gladys like, well, Your Majesty, what did happen to make her majesty so distraught. Matt just looks at Glenn, just like stifling laugh, and then just. Oh, you're serious. Oh. Oh. Guys. That's fine. I didn't write in it yet, anyways. But guys, it's around that time, you know? My wife is menstruating. Yeah. So, I don't have much to. Yeah, it's that time of the month. So, I don't have, much to say at the moment. Like, what am I gonna say? Walk up to her like, "Hey, I'm home, and I failed in record time. I failed to save the person I cared about from imminent doom and destruction, and got my ass kicked to the point where I had to reset the universe." No, no, no. Worst thing I could say in this moment in time. So I've said nothing to her about what's happened so far. Oh no, no, she is not doing okay. That being said, Glenn, knowing your background, do you have any suggestions? Glenn croaks, scratches his head, and says, "Well, you could replace the current happenings of what happened yesterday with a more pleasant memory for the two of you. She's a romantic at heart, but all of the things you can do in the city in terms of that are a bit mundane. She can do it whenever she wants. May I suggest you take her on a slight adventure? Find a treasure in a hike of sorts." Space for you guys if you guys want to say anything about that statement. That was to Matt, but it is one of those things where anytime I'm like pausing, I'm giving you time to interact. Yeah, yeah. Um, well, if you guys don't have too much of anything, I can continue. You know what? You know what? Let me open this interaction up a bit. Make me society checks. I am I am trying to I I cannot. Carl, can you do me a favor? Can you drag the player icon to the Absalom map or Almos map, because it's not my mouse is giving me a hard time. The player's icon to. Oh gosh, dang it! I'm reloading the page. Uh, yeah, that is the one. Let me see if I can move it now. Okay. 1 second. I'm going to. Does this help to reset that part of it too? I think it does. Um, I'm currently trying to. Okay, Carl, you're gonna have to be the person who moves the maps for me today. Or let me take a second, see which one of.
It's that time of the month.
I just realized. I thought I had you guys. No, I did have you guys on mute. What the fuck has been going on? Long story short, I think I was unmuted, but
we were muted the entire stream.
I have no gosh dang clue because I unmuted you. You could talk. I think I was messing with some settings because my microphone stopped working.
I'm gonna have to look through the stream. Fine, 1 moment.
Look, long story short, I think we are fine, really. I think I just pressed you guys and accidentally muted you for a second.
Anyways.
Actually, I will check, because I am literally going to go back a bit if we were muted for that.
Okay, I hear other people during the start of the stream.
Your party members if they
And you might want to scroll when you started messing with the settings. You might want to scroll back to that period to see if we were muted.
Okay, I did accidentally have you guys muted. So, don't worry, we didn't have not at the beginning. After the break. So, I gotta unmute you again too. So there wasn't too much going on after the break. So luckily we didn't get too far before this started. But yeah,
That's good. Okay.
And, it's even more funny now because I'm like, hey, why aren't you guys saying anything? Because now now it sounds like I'm just being a jerk. Anyways, so, you know what? Here's another thing I'll ask. Do any of you have lore skills relating to anything revolving around guns, tinkering, or gunslingers?
Gunslingers. I don't think I do. Not even the crafting would do that. It has to be gunslinging and tinkering.
Yeah, well, I'll allow warfare, and I'll allow. Do you not have tinkering lore? Give yourself tinkering lore if you don't have it.
I have crafting, and that's okay. I'll give myself.
Yeah, well, you have amnesiac, so I give amnesiacs lore skill based on what they're up to. So
is that int based or?
Oh wait, no, I think I gave you nihil and fate lores. Yeah, I'll give you tinkering too. Why not?
I don't. Yeah, that's all right. Is that based on int or?
All lore skills are based on int.
All good. And that would be trained or?
That would be trained, yes.
All right.
Anyways, that being said, well, Raphael, you got this with your society check, but Layla Drake, aka the Empress Eliza Montesquieu, was a name that Layla went under for a time period because Layla herself was in a weird fight with her parents. Long story short, Layla did not think she was anywhere near ready to become an empress. And her parents had recently won the war for the crown and were expecting her to put down what she was doing.
For which nation is this? This
is Taldor. This is Aurora's mother that we're talking about.
Eliza Montesquieu. Okay, I was like, wait, who's Eliza? Gotcha. Aurora is mother.
Are Layla Drake, because you've met Layla Drake in a former campaign. Fun fact.
No, frick.
Don't worry, we had like 3 sessions of it. We'll go back to it.
I'll go back to it. Go ahead.
But Layla did 2 jobs that she felt got her ready to be an empress, at least on the front of understanding strategy and governance. And one of those was being a bodyguard to the Circus of Wayward Wanderers.
Who are those? Circus
Wayward Wanderers, Amnesiacs Anonymous.
Oh!
Yeah, Amnesiacs Anonymous. That was the extinction curse.
Yeah. The people who came in with loyal, and found and tried to make it so that no one told the younger that your father got murdered, Hooray!
Listen.
It
So
was a
she
long
was a
time ago. We had
bodyguard.
3 sessions.
Yeah.
So she was a bodyguard for circus folk. And the other thing
Yeah.
she did is she worked with some steel falcons taking down a ring of bandits in the area.
Now I understand that part. What I don't understand is why a bodyguard for circus people? Why not like a bodyguard for royalty?
Well, because she's a runaway noblewoman going by a fake name.
Gotcha. Okay. Not
And
very gotcha. So the exact opposite is true. Like if the least prestigious the people she's protecting, the least she is
yes,
revealed.
also she went under the name Layla Drake, which, fun fact, means dream dragon.
Mm-hmm.
I believe.
Okay.
It's been a while. Anyways, long story short, she has a stash in the area, as people tend to call it. Basically, it's a bunch of like old items from her past. They aren't really valuable, but they're heavily booby trapped, and she's not exactly going to let just anyone know where it's at.
Her own that's okay. Her own belonging, so to say. Okay.
Like precious belongings she didn't want to take back with her, like things she might not be so. Basically, a good way of putting this is a cache of items that she got from her time as bodyguard of the Circus of Wayward Wanderers.
Okay.
So that is supposedly it's in one of the forests surrounding Almas, and Glenn was Eliza's bodyguard, not royal guard, bodyguard, meaning this was a personal hire. Meaning that Glenn is someone that she trusted enough to tell about these sorts of things, which is exactly what Glenn was about to say. Would any of you like to steal his thunder?
Wow. You'd be like, oh, you failed to protect this view or something like that. Like, oh, what you want? If someone were to just randomly say that out of the blue.
Like, someplace romantic. I was looking at the map. It's like, well, there are.
Oh, it's more personal than I thought.
No.
Okay.
Think of romance as the more classical term.
More classical. Okay.
Essentially, romance means not just, oh, she's into like walks on the beach, romantic dinners, but she's also into fun adventures and discovering new things, like the old school romantic genre.
She likes doing that with, well, Eliza likes doing that with Glenn.
Aurora is a romantic at heart. That's who Glenn's talking about. So taking Aurora to find.
Yeah.
So basically, if the logic could trail as something like this, take Aurora on a hike and end up finding her mother's cache in the process.
Okay.
So create a new good memory so she stops thinking about what the heck just happened yesterday.
Well, we'll leave her thoughts, so to say. Okay. I understand the point. Yeah.
Do any of you want to steal his thunder before he says anything?
Why?
Why do we want to steal? Why do you want to steal his thunder?
Well, there is a true neutral member of your party who succeeded at getting this information, so I have to ask.
It's like you have the idea, go with it, gun, just
a true neutral member.
Thunder? Yeah,
that's Maple, but I'm not gonna do it.
Oh,
hey, you holding that knowledge with you? Okay.
So Glenn says, "Well, there was a cache of her old items back from her adventuring days hidden nearby, in the forest out west." Now, this forest isn't exactly the easiest place to get to the cache, and it may or may not be infested with giants.
Ooh. How dangerous are they?
No way.
However, if we keep things going from behind, you keep things moving up front, we can take care of any giants that try and chase you down, and you can have a nice little safe trip. And anything other than giants, I'm sure, then you can handle. And, Matt laughs and is like, it's weird. I was looking into some of the famous gunslingers of Andron, mostly Tex Magica, who is still alive, but I did look into Layla Drake's legends here. But regardless, that doesn't sound like a half bad idea. Matt pulls out a list from like the breast pocket of his little fancy piece of armor, and he hands it to Elvis and says, "Elvis, while I'm gone, please prepare these items for Maya and Aurora's return." And Elvis is like, "Yes, of course." And he heads off. And he's like, "But here's how this is going to work, Glenn. I'm going to have you there so that you can help guide us, because I have no idea how not to get lost in a forest, as I'm sure my friends can attest."
It's going to be a nice stroll through the forest, and nothing will go
Alexa,
wrong.
stop. We are going to take a break at 2 for lunch. That was my reminder of that.
30 minutes from now, folks.
Yeah, but I also have to go feed my cat very quickly, so I will be right back. Keep them entertained while I'm gone.
Entertained? Are you not entertained? We're going on a nice, clean environmental journey. Raphael's gonna have so much fun going through the forest, taking the
We're gonna
sights.
butcher some giants, aren't we?
Maybe we will. Maybe we won't. Hey, it's just gonna be like a nice stroll with Matt and Aurora and Glenn. And while the rest of us are just
here's what
panicking.
I'm imagining is
Yeah.
Matt and Aurora are just slowly walking through the forest, and like 50 yards ahead, it's just a slaughter fest. and then like 5 yards behind them is the cleanup crew, and it's just literally guys just cleaning the blood off the ground.
It's like a very hectic situation.
Nothing to see here.
We totally didn't genocide a bunch of giants just to get to your mom's.
Genocide the entire sect of giants.
That's not like something we haven't done before.
Listen, these giants, they're probably evil. They're probably doing a good thing for the forest, you know?
Next thing you know, population of wolves and deer just skyrockets. Like, uh-oh. It's like, well, the nobles have something to do now.
No.
This has no effect on the population and the environment at all.
What has no effect on the population and environment at all?
You're killing all the giants in the forest.
When I say, well, first of all, these giants are not native to the forest. That's why he said infested.
Okay.
I will point out, do any of you know anything about Gripply?
Crap. Now, I do know he's on the sheet.
Okay, I know
not
what
off the bat.
are out of character. In character, what the fuck for that shit?
Why don't you make me some society checks? Or Gripply lore.
Society.
Considering I doubt any of you have Gripply lore.
Gripply lore? Wow, there's an entire lore based around...
They're outside of humans. Humans don't have lore, by the way.
Yeah, of course they don't.
But outside of humans, every race has its own lore skill.
Oh yeah, Glenn is a Gripply. Okay.
Yes, Glenn is a Gripply. Gripply are frog people. So one of the weird things about Gripply is they are one of the few races in Path 2 to keep the negative strength modifier as part of their ability boost.
Wow. Okay,
However,
Mr. Frog.
They get a dexterity and a wisdom boost, which makes them great cloistered clerics.
Is he a cloistered? Oh wait, he's right there. Yeah, he's a cloistered. Yeah.
He's a cloistered cleric of Ashava, who is an Imperial Lord.
I wonder what my character knows. This is off character, so if I take the society check, what does Raphael know?
Well, first of all, you know a couple of things. Gripply typically live in hunter-gatherer lifestyle, which they reshape the landscape to suit their needs, building spillways to trap fish, seeding fruit-bearing trees, sowing cover, granting foliage for future hunts, and more techniques that often escape an agriculturalist.
So they're like living off the land. Okay.
They are living off the land, but in particular, they still have agricultural roots because they are living off the land, but they're using technology to help. So they're not true tribalists, but they're a sophisticated hunter-gatherer. Is how they're described.
Yeah, sophisticated.
They also
they actually do.
So they also tend to be So there is a unique part of the Gripply culture. There is a active role suppressing evils that take refuge in the jungle. These parts of Gripply culture are often neutral good. They typically find rare fiend keepers who absorb an evil. They're called fiend keepers. They absorb an evil being into their soul to contain and eventually transform its villainy through virtuous acts. They tend to worship nature deities such as Gozray and Aristil, often, but they also tend to worship deities such as Imperial Lords, Psychopomp Ushers, and even
Psychopomp Ushers.
Yes.
Ooh. Okay. Will unfortunately has left the room.
Will probably be right back or give us a heads up if something's going on. But
he's back.
Yes. So the particular person is a Shava, right? So
yep, he's a cleric of Shava.
So Psychopomp Ushers are under Monitor Demigods. So interesting.
Monitor Demigods.
Yeah, but a Shava is a religion check.
No, yay, religion.
Religion.
Religion. Let me go ahead and...
I wonder what Raphael thinks of
your religion, right, Maple?
Yeah, it's at a 20.
Yep.
Ooh,
you just rolled a 5.
18.
So, so a Shava is an Imperial Lord. They are known as the True Spark. They embody moonlight, dancing, and lonely spirits. Dancing in a Shava's true love, and she encourages followers to dance often. For some, she is little more than a patron of the art, but a Shava is also a guide, both in spirit, in the physical world for the living, and, well, the spirit world. She leads the lonely out of their difficult times. Her lights guide lost wanderers back to safety. Her edicts include dance even when there is no music, cast light in places of darkness, and lead the lost. Her anathema are intentionally mislead someone, desecrate graves, and abandon a creature in darkness. So I guess through technicality...
Very communal, so to say. Yeah.
I guess through technicality, Glenn is not allowed to draw on graves if he's drunk, because that would be desecrating graves.
Let's try not to have him do... Yeah. Shut up. Kill yourself.
Oh, we are going to get canceled for so many different reasons.
Yeah, you made a freaking that time of the month joke.
To be fair, it is canonically, but also, yeah, that's going to make something like that worse. It's not the only reason, mind you, because he hasn't talked to her about what's gone wrong. So, like, technically speaking, he's being a little ignorant with a little bit of truth. But yeah, he's being a dick. Anyways.
Ignorant and truthful and being a dick sounds on point.
Anyways, while Glenn goes off to go talk to Aurora, Glinda, set all of this up. However, now you are in a room with just Matt, and he is back. Just Matt. He is back. Do you have questions?
How was your journey?
I failed at my objective. However, we ran into Iori. Well, when I
Iori?
Iori.
Uh-oh.
Why are you saying uh-oh? He just gave us some gifts.
No, we just had Airgen do the same.
You mean...
I thought you said you... Never mind.
Because Abadar also came by and visited us, so yeah. So there are two things I should mention as far as this goes. One, and Matt just takes out a sheet of adamantine and punches it and leaves it down. That. Any questions?
I'm guessing that was a gift because otherwise, why?
Yeah. Now my fists are treated as precious metals. Don't worry about it.
If you say so. If you say so.
So the other thing is I found out something interesting about myself.
What was that?
I can't be affected by Nihil's razor.
Oh.
Was that part of when you died?
Is that okay? I'm not sure how Raphael can communicate this because he knows that personally, but the others don't about Nihil being, Matt's grandma or related to him. So I wonder if it's because of that, because he can't. I wonder if it relay is how to relay from Raphael to Matt without notifying anyone else.
So
is this
Matt
because...
would actually go a bit further into detail. So nothing about blood or anything. Nothing special about my biology. Nothing like that. It's just I'm too stubborn and motivated, apparently.
Huh. Fair enough. Okay.
One of those things.
So is Kirkfall also immune?
Well, to be fair, there is a deeper reason behind that, but as far as Nihil and Alex Straza are aware, it's literally just his stubbornness.
Yeah.
But
I'm too stubborn to die.
But on the other side of things, yes, Kirkfall is technically immune from that.
Yeah.
Wow. Amazing.
But Kirkfall would know that and can't say anything about it, so...
Yeah.
Kirkfall would actually know the answer to the question, so...
Yeah.
Too stubborn to die.
Well, that too.
Well, it's not entirely stubbornness. It's like an idealist mindset against those ideals, too.
Yeah.
So it's not just being stubborn, it's literally being so opposed to the ideals of people like Nihil that you would never even adopt it. Not even...
Okay.
Kirkfall is the very definition of conviction.
Right. So it is the power of convictions. In this case, though, it's like early Gurren Lagann, where it's not spiral energy, it's fighting spirit.
Yeah.
That
It should be a rather routine. Do you think there's going to be something that we should probably take account of on part of those giants, Matt?
Well, if I were to think to myself about what I would look into with giants, this is gonna sound weird, but have you considered asking Graves about those?
I haven't had the chance to teach him his... I haven't had the chance to help him with his literacy lesson, so maybe I can ask him. Yeah.
Well, I mean, you might have some knowledge of giants. They are technically something I do know a bit about. However, Graves is a giant instinct barbarian. I'm not sure whether that happens to do with a mentality he took from giants or a mentality he just had, but...
He just has a giant instinct, okay?
But it's one of those things where you might ask Graves in a non-confrontational manner how you would go about... I don't know, how you would go about fighting Graves in a more large form. Oh, by the way, you might be able to hear Graves. I think he's doing laps outside, and he, throws open a window, and you hear a whistling sound coming from out there. Yeah.
How loud is this? Like, how close is he versus how loud is he to like do this whistling?
There is like a little track outside. It's not close by, and he's like, Matt turns. He was like, "Yeah, his axe whistles now. It's supposed to be like a howling thing. Um, yeah, it's weird. Only when he moves fast does it really do that. It's not like noisy out when he's trying to sneak around, but like you're gonna hear a lot of whistling whenever he's fighting from now on because uh that's sort of what happened with his axe. Another thing you might notice about Graves' axe is it's slightly longer, and the metal on it seems slightly more polished than usual. So I'd go talk to Graves about what's going on with him, or how you would actually go about defeating him in his more giant form, because that might give you some ideas. But also, there is the study here. You can do a bit of research on giants in general and see if they have anything unique about them.
Honestly, that's more my field. So if you guys wanna talk to Graves personally while I uh, sort of read through the books here and try to figure out something else about them. You guys are up. We can set that up. What do you guys think?
All right.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, give me a sec. I actually had to use the restroom.
Yep, that's fine.
Yeah, fine.
So
Sure. So,
why don't you make me some society checks, Raphael?
oh, some? How many?
Yeah, 3.
Oh, geez. Oh, just reading through the books, right?
Right.
Yeah, one moment. Bringing the character sheet up and click.
Um,
What do I learn? Reading through, read.
okay. Sorry, I was checking an order very quickly because I thought I was sending it to the wrong place.
Hmm?
But no. So I'm ordering food. And
Oh, all good.
I
No
thought I
problem.
was going to the wrong place.
What you having
But
tonight?
so lunch I had earlier. I'm having an early dinner. For lunch I had a fried chicken, little microwave dinner, and for dinner I'm having some tacos from Taco Bell.
Taco. Anyways, nice.
Anyways, you would learn. Basically, there's 3 things in the area, and they're all weird in the area, which is why he's saying infested. Giants
Hmm.
can be in forests, but these giants are not native to these forests. Uh, let's see. We'll go with the first check. Is going to be a success.
Okay, okay.
There are frost giants in the forest. They are immune to cold damage
Frost,
and they're weak to fire.
frost giants.
They
Noted.
also
Okay.
have ice stride, which basically makes it so difficult terrain caused by snow or ice doesn't impede them, nor does it need an
Oh,
acrobatics check to keep from falling on slippery ice.
they do pretty well on ice
They can
as ice
also
check.
throw
Okay.
rocks and catch rocks. So,
Throw and catch rocks. Okay.
and that the second check. Do you want to re-roll that?
That's a fail.
That is a fail.
I will reveal that. I will use a hero point. Up, up,
Okay.
up, up, up. What'd I
Cloud
get?
giants
Cloud.
are also in the area. They have attack of opportunity and catch rock. But more importantly, they seem to have some abilities that do a bit more than just a strike, as well as interesting.
What do I learn?
Um, oh, never mind. I was thinking, they have an ability that wind elementals do at times, but no, it's not that. They have innate
Okay.
spells. Probably the most unique one is Levitate at Will.
Well, because they're cloud giants. Gotcha.
Yes.
Levitate at will.
Both
Oh,
of these
cloud
speak
giant, yes.
Jotun. Yes.
Both giants speak Jotun.
Yes. And the cloud giant does speak common, so does the frost giant. The third check is also a success because up in the higher parts of this forest, there are cloud giants. In the highest parts of this forest, there are storm giants.
Oh, we're going pretty high to talk with.
There's a pretty decent chunk of mountain there. That's where this is located.
These giants aren't picking fights with each other. I'm assuming they are.
So storm giants are chaotic good, cloud giants are neutral, and frost giants are chaotic evil. So frost giants might try and pick fights with cloud and storm giants, but cloud and storm giants are cool with each other for the most part.
I think we can try to find a way to reason with the. Are they all? We're saying they're all infesting the forest.
They are not native. They are an invasive species, basically.
How do we peacefully?
Let's say the goal is to not run into any of them. Because theoretically speaking,
there's no talking to the frost.
There's no talking to the frost ones. You might talk to the other ones, but also they might view what you're doing as invading their territory.
Okay. Invasive. We are the invasive ones, even though they invaded. Okay, gotcha.
But the unique thing about storm giants is they have a swim speed.
What the heck?
Yeah. They are an amphibious creature, too. That's the funniest part about this.
Wow. I'm just imagining a giant, sort of with stone.
Oh! Nah. You know what? Here's the most horrifying thing. 3 chain lightnings.
Yeah, they're most giants are pretty scary.
Yeah. I thought we were about to fight them off, but I agree with Matt. We should probably not meet them.
Yeah, the elemental giants in particular are always.
I'll put these notes down. Would that be everything, or is there anything else?
That will be that for now.
All right, I put it down. Frost giants, high strike. Cloud giants have attack of opportunity. More than strike, have innate spells and levitate. Giants speak both Jotun and common, except for the storm ones.
No, the storm giants speak common, Jotun, draconic, and Orin.
Wow, they're pretty smart. Huh.
You know what's really funny that I just realized? You keep saying Jotun. And it's like, I'm just imagining they're speaking in the Jotun language of poof.
Because
Jotun grenade launcher.
So,
like Swedish Chef.
No, they literally.
Hold up. Storm giants can speak draconic, common, Jotun, and
Auran. It's air elemental. In fact, storm giants are also the smartest.
Yeah, I can. Yeah, with all those knowledge. Yep, noted.
Those languages, yes.
Also, another fun fact: that 34 is barely a regular success on that society check.
Regarding the storm giants, wow, they're pretty.
They're the beefy ones. Wow. So, the goal is.
What CR are they? They're pretty high level.
They are CR 13. So
yeah,
they are more than an acceptable challenge for 4 of you guys, right?
Yeah.
Cool.
Keep
that in mind. We'll keep that in mind.
One of those is more than an acceptable challenge.
One of those, yeah. No, I'm not throwing more than one of those at you. By the way, just so you're aware, because we are going into the break in just a second here, I will tell you that the goal of this next little set, there are going to be skill challenges. If you fail skill challenges, you will fight a giant or a set of giants.
Okay. All right. We have to take care of who's rolling what. So
yeah, no.
Yeah.
During the
Well-
break, we shall figure out who has what strength and what weakness.
Well, during the break, I would assume you would be taking your lunch because we're gonna start
That
that
too.
now. We'll be back
Motherfucker,
in
I already
30.
ate.
Well,
Maybe we do
we're
want to fight a
taking-
giant.
We'll be back at 2:30, everyone.
But no,
Lunch break.
like-
Anyways, we were enjoying our little lunch break, and
Are we
the
unmuted?
discussing.
Are we
we
good?
are unmuted. We're unmuted, and
Yay!
discussing state-enforced reading,
Aha!
or better put, state-enforced illiteracy.
Aha!
Which is something that someone else is going to have to force someone else to do first in order to prove that works. I.e., Raphael needs to force Gavilan to frickin' read first, and until then, that idea is completely moot.
Not everyone is a Gavilan, okay?
I will point out another couple of things. You might have noticed on this little opening to this segment here, the name of the quest includes 2 people other than Glenn, meaning there are other people you can talk to before you actually begin the meat and potatoes of this quest, being Alvis and Aurora. So,
Graves.
Well, Graves too, yes.
Yeah.
That being said, I would encourage you to make the most out of all of these to get the best results from the Affinity mission. So, who's going first?
I'm reading right now, so you guys can talk to Graves.
Okay.
I'm learning about giants.
My better question is, should we split up and each talk to our own separate person?
I don't know. I mean, it gives Meme Name a bit more time to talk to people by himself, so as your GM, I'm all for it.
Are you guys amenable to it? Meme Name, you there? Meme?
So, theoretically
no.
speaking, if you are going to split up, you might be the best person to talk to Aurora, Shadow.
Yeah, I know. That's what I was about to say. It's like, because if we're going down that route, yeah, definitely.
Name is not quite back yet. Would someone ping him?
I'll
Ping him! Ping him, my minions! Ping him!
I'll do it. You're good.
Calm down for a second.
Silver is spectating.
Oh, who is that? That is Silver. How you
Silver,
doing?
maker of the arts.
Maker of arts.
Wow. I've popped into spectate. I almost couldn't think of the word for a second. I'm very slow. I am very tired today. Hello, how are you doing?
That's alright.
You're doing well.
I just pinged Mr.
So Shadow is going to be talking to
Man.
Aurora. Which one of you 2 is talking to Graves? And which one of you 2 is talking to Alvis?
I mean, I thought it was. How long does it take for me to read?
Doing research would probably take about an hour.
Wow, that was fast. I do things fast. Amazing. Okay, so I can talk to Graves afterwards. Okay.
Well, I mean, you're doing that for about an hour, whereas Dirkfall, Maple, and Shadow can talk to the other people. So, you and Dirkfall want to okay, which one of you 2 wants to talk to Graves?
Yeah. I'm okay. So yeah, I'm still reading stuff. You guys will have to be reading or be talking around with other people. Mr.
I don't think your DC is right, Raphael.
Fuck. Really? Oh no.
Yeah.
Which one?
Your spell DC?
Okay.
It should be higher than 25, right?
Let me look. Spell DC is 25. It's an expert. Base is 10.
Expert is 15 at this level, isn't it?
Yes, it's 15.
So shouldn't you have 5 int?
Oh, it's set to custom. Okay. Gotcha. Thanks for catching that. I set it to int. So that'll be 5. That's a 30. Yep, that's 30. Yep. Anyways, thank you for that. Who do you guys want to talk to?
Yep, because Shadow's recommending you split up since there are 3 people you should talk to. I know you 2 don't like talking, but
I think I can talk to Graves.
Okay.
All good?
With Maple, that means you're talking to Alvis.
Ooh.
Yeah, Alvis is Matt's apprentice.
Yes. So that being said, who wants to go first?
Well, I guess I'll do it now. So.
Yeah.
Rip that band-aid off, Will. Rip that
Yeah,
band-aid.
so-
Ah.
Okay. Well, where do I find Graves?
He's running around.
He's
right?
running. Yeah, he's running laps on a
Running
little
laps
track in the area.
Literally, just follow the whistles.
Yeah, just follow the whistling because his axe has porous holes in the handle that whistle anytime he swings it or moves fast. So anytime he's wearing his go fasters, he's whistling.
Cool.
Go fasters is what people in the Marines call sneakers, by the way.
How do you want to approach this?
Well, he yells, Graves!
Okay.
Graves, stops right in front of you. I was like, dude, I was just coming by you. There's no need to yell.
Well, it appears we're going to be interacting with some giants.
Oh.
Do you have any input to add?
That depends. What kind of giants we talk about?
Have I told them at this point? Because I'm just starting to read by the time they left.
Wait, yeah, was I told?
I don't think because I don't. I wouldn't know.
We can go with yes because he would have been told what actual giants you were facing.
Yeah, so it's like frost, storm, some thunder giants too, right?
Frost, storm, and cloud.
What?
Frost, storm, and cloud.
Some frost, some storm, and some cloud giants.
If you scroll up,
yes.
they're the giants right there.
So, well, if I'm gonna recommend anything, I recommend that you, they might be tempting to trip, but they're not gonna be easy to trip. They're gonna have a hard time doing anything along those lines. They probably aren't going to be much better than I am at, getting out of the way of fireballs and whatnot. And more importantly, they're probably going to have an interesting experience when it comes to interacting with all of you. So, if I were to recommend doing anything, I would recommend staying out of conflict with them, if possible. But if not possible, I would recommend hitting them with things that you would hit me with. So, making me dodge out of the way of big blast or, just hitting me with as much force as possible.
Your input is appreciated.
Why are you dealing with giants all of a sudden, though?
Why are we dealing with giants?
Oh, off character.
Out of character.
Yeah,
Out of
character. We're dealing with giants because we're heading to the forest, mountainy forest, where Aurora's mother's belongings are. And it's very concealed and is very trapped. But in that forest, there are these infestations
of frost giants, storm giants, and cloud giants.
Yeah. Okay. Wait, say that again?
Essentially, you are going after some keepsakes that have been hidden away by a very powerful mercenary, to put it bluntly.
Okay.
So his Graves' advice is to hit the giants with big, large blasts.
Yeah.
That's what I'm hearing. Gotcha. I'll put that down.
Hey, are you in there? I'm asking you why you're dealing with giants, Kirkville.
Because they're invasive species. And we have to deal with them either diplomatically or non-diplomatically.
The Graves just goes, "Oh, you're serious? You dealing with them diplomatically?"
Hopefully.
Never ever thought a giant could be dealt with diplomatically. Fought a couple of them back in the day. They were heavily weakened, but when I offered them mercy, they spat in my face for it. Pretty proud. So, be careful how you go about offering them mercy.
I'll keep that in mind.
Okay. Well, stay safe. I'm busy playing around with, this thing. And he points towards the axe strapped on his back.
Okay.
And he says, hey, you want to see something cool?
Go ahead, show me.
So Graves just goes berserk for a second, and he tosses the axe, cuts a hedge in half, and then it flies back into his hands. That.
A boomerang? Wow.
Nice.
Also, and he swings it about a couple of times, and it makes like howling noises. That too.
Oh.
It also seems like with the multiple strikes, he's both both slightly more powerful if he keeps it going in a singular motion, right? But it also seems like it's a bit more precise than usual. So new effect essentially. And you notice that before this little upgrade, there were some chips in the axe, but now it looks like it's completely smooth and very shiny, looking a bit more deadly.
Nice.
Anyways, I've got some more things to play with, and you just hear Linda yelling, "Who the fuck just cut down that hedge?" And that. This is not the first time I've done that today. But I don't think the same excuse will work twice.
Oopsie poopsie.
By the way, the first excuse is that I was slightly drunk. When in actuality, I haven't drank a single drop today.
He's not even. Oh, go ahead. I'm not in this conversation. Go ahead.
Anyways, you don't talk much, Dirkfall. Is there something you want to talk about?
Well, thing is, I'm a bit busy.
Have I ever told you about my, the person who taught me how to be a gladiator?
I already know.
I haven't told you this story. How do you know?
I don't even want to bother. Wait, you already know I'm time traveler, right?
Oh, right, you're a time traveler. We know each other in the future?
Yes, I can't really tell you any more than that.
Well, see you around. I don't want to break the space-time
save it
continuum.
to when I ask you in the future.
Yeah, I don't want to break the space-time continuum.
Darkball just has a visible reaction, then walks away.
What?
How
I used the
disgusted is he?
wrong word? And then you said,
No, you used the correct word.
Thank you, brother. I appreciate you. And then you see Glinda like, God damn it, Graves! I thought I told you to stop throwing it at the hedges! And then Glinda goes out in a huff, starts yelling at him.
Why were you confused there?
Continuum is what he called it.
Continuum. Continuum. Continuous buttocks.
Her name is Incontia. Incontia buttocks.
Continentia buttocks.
Yes.
Yep.
So, anyways.
Who would like to go next? Your name? Carl?
Yeah, alright, okay.
Alright.
So you find Alvis slightly before Graves and Gurkfall, because Alvis is talking to Glinda about a particular list of items, and Glinda is like, look, kid, I can't help you with those. Mostly because I'm too busy with other things. I say slightly before because you just see her Glinda say, "God damn it, not again!" and she walked off.
How are you folks seeing this file?
Elvis
Sorry.
So Elvis,
yeah, what's up?
Yeah.
I hear you're
Looking for some items. You wanna see the list? Maybe you can find some while you're out.
that'd be nice. That'd be nice.
So he hands over the list to you, and on the list is a bucket of white paint, 3 signboards, and writing a particular message on the 3 signboards.
What might this particular message be?
It is on the 3 signboards put together. It would say, "I feel like I can be myself around you."
How is this supposed to help?
Alice says, "I don't know. He's weird. I mean, he's a great teacher, but he's weird."
Have you considered joining the ranks of Gavilon?
He looks at you and he laughs like, "Oh, you're serious?"
No.
"Oh, cool. I forgot you can be sarcastic." But yeah,
Hey,
no. I want to, first of all, I want to learn how to be a magus, so that wouldn't help Gavilan. And second of all, I sort of came from a life without structure and wanted a life with a bit more structure. So why would I follow Gavilan, whose life has no structure?
Do the opposite of everything he does.
You know, that's not a bad idea. Matt has been telling me to learn from the examples of people in my life, even if they're bad examples, and I think that's what he means.
Glad to help. I'm gonna take the shopping list and get to it.
Oh, let me write down a copy for you. Just because I'm pretty sure he wants me to do this before he gets back and put it in the room. I was talking to Glinda about being able to get permission to put these in the room, but she just told me she was busy, yelled, "God damn it, not again," and walked out, and I'm pretty sure I see her yelling at Graves, so... Hey, you want to put 10 gold on seeing which one of those two comes to blows first?
10 on Glinda.
Okay, yeah, I was actually putting 10 on Glinda, but yeah, sure, I'll take that bet. 10 on Graves.
All right, I slapped down 10 gold, and now I only have 42,000 something something.
Very. You are very in debt. Very noticeable.
Shit! I got 420.69.
Oh my gosh.
So, to keep that rolling, you see Graves pick up Glinda, take Glinda back inside, put her down, close the door, and say, "Don't bother me again!" And just picks up the 10 gold. Is like, honestly, I think Glinda will be the first one to strike him. But
I mean, she shouted at him, and then he shouted at her. So who won?
Well, Graves was the first to lay his hands on them. It wasn't to strike, mind you, but he literally did the thing that he did with Seth, and picked Glinda up, and just carried her like a doll and put her down somewhere.
He does have a tendency to do that.
Yeah, it's like, yeah, he has a tendency to do that. It's hilarious. It's like the big brother, like, "God damn it, not again."
Hey.
All right, so
Yeah.
go ahead. Go ahead, Mimi.
Shadow and Aurora.
Oh, Carl, yeah.
Unless you weren't done, meme name.
I'm pretty much done.
Yeah, now you have 420.69 gold.
Oh my god. Hooray!
I'm the real winner of this altercation.
Nice.
Dang straight you are.
Go ahead, Mr. Shadow.
Yes. So, I guess that I would. Will I find her in her quarters, or will I find her?
You know, that is a good question.
Throne.
Let me roll a D100 very quickly. I did not mean to roll it twice. Let me roll it a third time. Okay, there we go. She is, yeah, she is in the main room sobbing.
Oh no.
But it's like one of those quiet sobs where it's like you can see them like crying, but you don't hear anything.
I will. Okay, is she sitting down, standing up?
She is sitting down, hands in her face.
Okay. I'm going to walk up. I'm going to make sure to approach her from the front, so she can see my boot. That she might be able to see my boots before I go ahead and kneel down. Everything all right, Your Highness?
It's a horrible week, Shadow. My husband gets kidnapped, he comes back, won't even talk to me, then wants to go on some hike for no gosh dang reason, and I'm bleeding.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
Matt, please don't
It's
tell me
just
you
like,
literally did it. Oh, please don't tell me.
yes, it's that time of the month.
Oh, dear
and
God.
Matt,
I hate where this
already
is
warned
going.
about that. It's just like,
I'm in danger.
No, not you, Aurora.
We're not
Oh,
harming
but
Aurora,
still.
okay?
So unless
say
you
you
are
won't.
unless you're in synchronization with Aurora, then I don't know. Be weird if you
You know what?
were.
I'll talk to you later on that.
it's just like, you know what? That brings up a good point. We need to talk about that. Great.
Oh no.
Discuss how much more painful this can get later. Okay,
Okay.
continue.
Do you want me to be blunt or beat around the bush?
She giggles at you saying being around the bush, and she's like, "Oh, yeah, sure, be blunt."
Okay. Well, the hike is a bit more than a hike. We found something out, and you might want to see it yourself.
Well, I mean, I'm not gonna exactly turn away some time with him, especially with the other woman in his life being in town at the moment. So, oh yeah, don't worry about it. No, details for someone else.
Very well. Let's see what else. Yes, he came back, but well, because I should be blunt in case you want to probably try to console him on it. He failed miserably.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah. Okay, good.
Right, Carl, you might want to back the heck up on that one. She said, "Yeah, I know."
Okay.
She said, "Yeah, I know." He
Yeah,
hasn't
I
told
know.
her anything. He hasn't told anyone anything.
It's like, um, it's like, and they just freaking just. But it's like, wait, hang on. How do you know how much he screwed up?
Well, I've known about his weird characteristics, traits, and quirks for years, even though I've only known him for less than a year. So I know what he's like when he fails to do something like this.
Okay, yeah, that makes sense.
Also,
Guess that's the benefit of someone for so long.
What?
I guess that's the benefit of having known someone for so long.
Yeah, but it's weird. I don't know. It feels like one way or another, the two of our paths were destined to cross, even though we just met one day in a random encounter. I don't know. There's more to it than that, I'm certain, but I'm not sure what that is yet.
Yeah, well, the gods have their own ways of making the machinations of the universe turn, so.
Yeah.
Who knows?
Yeah, you're not wrong. But I mean, there are some things I'd be curious about. Do you know any of the finer details of what went on?
I mean, other than the fact that you said they had to reset reality once,
How do you
not much else.
reset reality?
A guy called Save State Man.
The hell is a save state man?
Oh, what are you talking about?
Don't ask me. It's like, don't ask me. I have never met the guy, but apparently he can reset reality back to. Basically, you have to punch him, from what I've been told.
Talk about
You
left
punch
field.
him, and then it, like, based on when you punch him, you're like saved in his body or something, and it allows you to, if you do something like die or something, reset back to the point where you punched him,
And she is laughing
which
like, that sounds
resets the entire.
ridiculous. Who the heck has ever heard of anything where you're able to go back to a point before you died? That sounds ridiculous.
Well, it's definitely a conversation you. It's definitely a conversation you two can have, because he might be able to explain it further. And well, it actually sounds like an interesting conversation. Actually, I should probably ask him more about it.
I mean, come on. Could you just imagine a reality in which you mess up, you die, and it's not over? You just go back to the last time you were able to kick someone and whatever? I mean, come on. Sounds too good to be true. Sounds like some fictional thing or whatever. Sounds like a trope that's used in some futuristic game.
Oh well, I mean.
Well, regardless, thank you for the chat. I appreciate it.
No problem. And if you ever need to talk again,
I know where to find you. I always know where to find you. Oh god, that sounds creepier than I meant it.
I know what you mean, but yes, that.
To be fair, it's Glinda who really knows where to find you guys, not me. But details.
Yeah. Semantics. Anyways.
Semantics.
Well, you and Matt have a good little hike, and
Yep. See
if I
you
don't.
all later.
Yep.
Did you really help to ease her?
I have
Oh,
no idea how that works.
I have no idea what. Yeah.
It's one of those. What the fuck just happened?
It's like you were very blunt. I mean, okay, we're going that direction. And he's referenced safety, man. I'm like,
Honestly,
wow.
that probably was the thing. It's like, oh, come on, that's ridiculous. That didn't happen.
Ridiculous.
That's ridiculous.
There's no way that can exist.
It's
just like
absurd.
that's why I was like, yeah, you might just want to talk to Matt about it. It's like, wait.
Honestly,
Maybe
Matt has no idea how he even works. I think I'm going with the canonical explanation of, regardless of setting, Save State Man is some alien being, because that's how he was originally.
Yeah.
Matt, it still concerns me for the fact of what you've just put into play.
What did I put into play? Aurora is having that time, you know?
Yeah, but you realize what you're about to get yourself into, knowing that I exist.
Wait. Silver
But it's
exists? I
around
thought
time for break number 2. We'll be back in about 5 minutes. I gotta feed my cat.
Oh God.
Well, now we are live again. I'm sorry, my cat needs food. They are hyperthyroid.
Hyperthyroid.
Yup. Anyways, we were talking about whatever before we left. So,
We just wrapped up my scene.
yes, we just wrapped up your scene. So, you guys are basically following along, making sure if anything does try and catch up to them, that you're able to stop it. Goal, though, is to get through this area as quickly as possible so as to not get the attention of any giants. So, the forest itself, hey, Silver, while you're spectating, it seems like you're breathing pretty heavily. Can you mute for a second?
Silver, stop breathing.
Silver. No.
The
Oh,
mute on
it-
my headphones, I'm good.
Okay, you're good.
Ah.
Anyways,
So,
Raphael is having a fun time.
yes. However, the underbrush in this particular route seems to be pretty overgrown. So, in order to get through this underbrush, the quickest ways are going to be athletics and acrobatics checks. And you are trying to be stealthy, so while you could slice at the underbrush to clear it or use fire spells on the underbrush to clear it, you're trying not to arouse suspicion of an actual bigger group following.
Listen, so I don't know about you. Maybe Raphael should just cast a fireball on this entire forest. There's nothing gonna be wrong with that at all. Nothing wrong with casting fireball in a forest.
Oh god,
Just
the
put-
elf is a pyromaniac. We're screwed.
Just put my hand on your shoulder.
Raphael is
Calm
okay.
down.
He likes his nature stuff.
Calm
There's
down.
not people who violate nature.
Yeah, no, literally. Anyways, acrobatics and athletics checks, please. I will accept no substitute. Only acrobatics and athletics checks.
Okay.
Acro and athletics.
So,
And
at least
stealth.
3 of you have to succeed.
Fuck. Alright,
23 is not quite a success.
I'm a master in acrobatics, so we can try that. Fuck.
29 is a success. DC is 28.
Oh wow!
Gurkfall.
Got rolled a nat 8.
Where is the why can't I why is there no search bar? What the frick?
Gurkfall, I moved you into the players list, so you're at the bottom.
Okay.
Are you shitting me? I rolled a natural 2.
Well, one of you or Maple is going to have to use a hero point, or you're facing
Well,
3 frost giants.
I will use a hero
3?
point.
Yup.
I have a plus 18.
They're only
I have a
CR.
plus
Okay.
18.
I
There we go.
Alright then. Boys, let's clear this underbrush.
Are you having
Why
trouble
can't-
finding your character?
well yeah, okay. I don't know what it is, but there's no search bar.
There's no
Garth,
search bar.
You're
The
with the
search bar
player
before.
characters, Will.
Okay.
Give me a second.
So
You having trouble
you're
trying to
towards the
find?
bottom. Show me your screen very quickly, Will.
Okay, guys. Just give me a sec.
Oh,
Is
I
that
heard
in the
my
background?
birthday mentioned, meme name. What's going on April 16th? I don't think that was. I think I heard a "fuck you" from meme name's voice. That was pretty hilarious. Anyways, Will, share your screen so I can see what's going on.
And find your character.
Because you do have permission to view and edit the sheet, so I will give it back if need be for something. But for now, since I want to have a bit more surprise on both you and Carl, I have taken GM privileges from you.
Damn, oppressive Mats.
Okay.
Truly a
No.
tyrant.
So go up, Will. It's above that. So you might want to close the cartomancer stuff and the emissary. So further, up, Will, up, further. There.
You're way
Down.
down there, aren't
It's like the
Down,
one thing that's in all
down,
lowercase.
Will, and then player characters. Gurkfall, Dawn Shadow. Yep.
Oh, there it is. Yeah.
Yeah.
I smooth. Okay. There we go. Found it. Okay.
Yeah, it took me a while to
Woohoo!
find it myself. So
To those who
No.
don't have BN
Yeah, so
we've
it's
never.
now it's easier to find Gurkfall,
So,
Will, because you don't have as much shit to deal with.
okay, stop streaming. Then I'll throw
Anyways,
roll athletics.
yeah, if you crit fail, then that's going to negatively affect everything too.
I rolled good.
Yeah, you all succeed.
Yay.
So you managed to get through the underbrush with no problem. As far as Matt, Glenn, and Aurora go about going through this, yeah, the power of flight. They're breezing through the forest's underbrush because, might not have a magic carpet, but I can.
I was about to say
show
magic
you the
carpet.
world.
Oh my god.
Yeah, no, just picked those two up with a fly spell and took them up the route there. So there's that. How those guys got through.
You're like a little caravan. They're just the rug.
Yeah. So, anyways, next up is a waterfall and a river needing to be crossed. So, Matt, Aurora, and Glenn seem to be crossing this through a nice little method called it looks like they found a natural raft type thing that they were able to start pedaling across the river in. However, in order to get through this, I need one of you to make an I need one of you to make a athletics check, one of you to make a survival check, one of you to make a nature check, and then one of you to make one of the above. But I need at least one athletics, one survival, and one nature check.
I have trained in survival, so if anyone else wants. So Maple got the nature check.
Yep.
I'm only trained in athletics, and I'm only trained in so
I think
someone else can take
Gurkfall is only trained in athletics. I don't think Gurkfall has survival in nature, so.
Yeah, no.
So Gurkfall can make your athletics check. Gurkfall athletics.
Wow, how's your
athletics again? Got it.
Yeah, no, Gurkfall's great with that. 28 is the DC, so that
I'm only trained in athletics.
Yeah, but you have strength, so.
Yeah.
Anyways,
okay, so hang on.
Which one of you wants to make the main survival check? Because I think both of you.
I'm actually trained in survival.
You're trained in survival, right? And you have an 18 wisdom, right?
Oh, that works.
Yeah.
Oh, it's 17, but yeah.
Okay,
you have 11 or higher.
I have 13,
wait.
Dude, you're going. You're doing survival.
By the way, you have to succeed at all of these checks.
Also, I don't have any wisdom, so it's only a 13. Sorry.
Oh, wait, you have int, con, dex, and charisma, don't you?
Yeah. No, I'm very unwise.
So, which one of you feels luckier?
You have a 13 on yours?
Yeah. Okay, so hang on. So, what's your highest of the three?
I only have trained
18 athletic.
Oh, you can do the athletics check. I'll do the survival check. How's that?
Okay.
Well,
all right.
Maple. So.
Well, wait, Maple. I thought Maple was doing nature.
Each one of you needs to make one check.
I need to re-roll this because that's not a good.
That is a crit failure. So.
Let's go with it again. Where are you? How did I? Sorry, one moment. There you go. Fuck.
Even worse.
Well,
time to go to a combat map.
Fuck.
Yay.
Well, sorry about that.
Okay, hang on. So, quick question: do you need to be dragged over, or?
I'll see if I can do it.
Okay.
This is the all-must.
Otherwise, you just tell me which map. I'm already prepared.
Who are we facing off against again?
This is.
I would have to say for a second. I just sneezed so hard I lost my headphones.
Sneeze. Shoot.
Dang. Ow.
Oh boy, I can't wait to face these frost giants.
Find the right map for this.
There's so many they say untitled. It's like the frick, Matt.
Oh, this looks like a good job for me. So everybody, just follow me, cause we know
We'll use this map.
on purpose.
It's been a
So
while.
empty.
Okay,
without me.
now I need to find said map so I can
It's named
manually move myself.
Bolokolo River Battle.
Where do you want us to place our token?
Choose a side of the river.
Left or right?
Anyways, I gotta
Well,
go to the compendium and get a cloud giant. Or yeah.
All right, cloud. Uh-oh.
Ah, there it is. I was just like, now I'm just looking for the player thing.
How do we talk to them reasonably?
Fine.
There we go.
You know what? Cloud
Big
giants
lady.
are neutral. So I will
Yeah,
give you an
big
opportunity before we get into a combat to talk with this thing. It speaks common, and so do you. I will give each of
Matt
you an
be able-
attempt. No, Matt and Aurora are on the next part of this. You are basically clearing up a mess.
Oh, I thought we would be ahead, but okay.
No, you're watching their back because you're not
Okay.
supposed to be seen. Period.
Oh,
Yeah, you're
Oh.
like a secret escort, essentially.
Ooh.
Anyways, if you guys
Who would
want
like
to
to
try
go
and talk
first?
your way out of this, I'll give you
There's
each
3
an
of them, right?
attempt. There's two of these actually.
It would be too hard if there were 3. Okay. Let me think. Should I talk? Okay.
Well, there.
Cloud giants have attack of opportunity, have abilities that do more than strike, they have innate spells, and can levitate at will. Okay. They speak common. One thing to the most intelligent people, but they are touchy around bound strength. If I threaten their strength, they'll be like, no, and they'll immediately attack us. So, who would like to talk first?
Well, since you're already talking, I would nominate you, but
Now. Okay, go ahead.
So what are you saying, Raphael? This entire thing was your operation.
Okay.
Kinda. In terms of just me, just yeah.
They do
you're
have
the
a
one
high
who got
ground.
caught, my dude.
How?
Well, they're standing on top of a waterfall holding rocks.
They have the high ground. What are you
Yes.
talking about?
The giants. So what are you going
Yeah.
to say to these giants that are about to blast you with, boulders?
Greetings, almighty ones. We are just passing alongside your great abode. We mean no harm, unless you mean harm to us.
Do you want to phrase it that way?
The last part was unnecessary, dude. Unless you
we
mean
no
harm does.
harm would be fine.
We mean you no harm.
Okay.
We come peacefully.
Make me a diplomacy check.
Da-da-da-da-da. Oh no.
Is their will DC?
Oh no.
You might want to try that again or get some assistance from your allies.
Is that... Can I get assistance? Because I think I used up both of my hero points.
So, you'll have to say something and make a check, but currently there's enough of you who can say something and make a check of a DC 20.
Yeah.
And
can any of you guys support me?
assistance. So yeah, hey,
Or you
hey,
and what?
Look, guys, this map is a lot. Raphael is your homie. Your homie's going through a lot right now. Because I picked him up and dragged him. Anyways.
So you want me
your
to say
homie
something
needs some
else? Or?
help. No, the other people around you need to say
Okay,
something
okay.
else because you got them on the brink there. You just need a bit more words of
I
encouragement.
got them. They're holding the stones and they're not throwing them. They're like, huh, this guy seems okay for a second.
Don't
So
kill us! Don't
He's not
kill
killing.
us! We're gonna. You'll
Don't just.
crush us to death! Ah! Please
Oh my
spare
god!
our lives!
Oh my god.
hold on. Fucking bump that up 3 points. They find that hilarious, and they are on the verge of dropping the rocks backwards.
Oh, okay. Yeah, don't hurt us, please. No.
But there's still 2 people
We do
who
not
can
wish to
make.
test your strength, almighty ones. We already know who you are, the strongest of the land.
Okay, Carl, roll me a diplomacy check.
Let's go, Carl. Let's go, Carl.
I was just like, how do I wish to word this? And then it's like, come on, you stupid thing.
Ah, please, or something. Lots of begging.
How's a nat 20
Ooh.
do you, motherfucker?
That's a
Good
critical
job,
success by 2
Jenna.
degrees. They laugh so hard they fall over into the river, and the rocks land on top of them.
Ouch.
Don't worry, they're giants.
Oh.
They caught them. And they are laughing. So you get a little bit wet on your way to the next point. In fact, by wet, I mean, you are soaking wet.
They flail water on us as we're trying to get.
They flooded. They basically have
purposefully.
dammed the river. They're so
Yeah,
that
I know
they're
not
that big.
purposely. They're literally doing the freaking cartoon, just
They're
constantly
rafflecoptering,
tossing
my
and
man.
turning.
They're rafflecoptering, yeah.
Yep.
So, next up you have. I'm going to need a series of Arcana, Athletic, and Thievery checks.
I can do Arcana. Someone has to do Athletic and Thievery.
Do any of? Oh my goodness! None of you have Thievery, do you?
Oh, jeez.
No.
I don't have Thievery at all. Here's my
have
Arcana
a
check.
4.
Well, I have 3 in that, so you guys can do Thievery.
I don't think
I'm sorry.
have Thievery.
Who has the highest thievery?
Maple, do you have Thievery?
I have thievery.
All right.
You do?
I have nature though.
We don't have. We're not doing any check this one, right, Matt? It's Arcana, Thievery, and Athletics.
And Thievery. If one
Yeah,
of you
the other
gets
guy
okay, well, there's a critical success. I will waive the need for a Thievery check, but all of you need to succeed otherwise. So, Raphael,
Okay,
success.
so I'm pretty sure that Girkval and I have athletics.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, that's good.
So, I think we're good as long as the thievery is waived here.
Yeah, just.
Assuming that one isn't shit.
Yeah, that one is not a success.
You're gonna have to re-roll that one.
Well, natural 6 to a natural 5.
We're doing so well. Okay, here we go again.
So, honestly, my only question is, are you going to try the exact same thing if the storm giant holding a rock above you?
Yeah, I sort of look at Carl.
You guys look at each other and you're like, God damn it, we gotta do this again, don't we? So,
I'll have you lead the way this time, Carl.
It's just like, are we doing this again?
That thing's holding a
like...
rock, so I'd start groveling.
Yeah.
Quick, grovel, Carl, grovel.
It's just like, please don't hit us with your almighty thunder that pierces through the clouds.
Your great thunder, your great almighty thunder, don't pierce us, please.
honestly, you roll both of your diplomacy checks with advantage. Honestly, it's hilarious because like, yeah, they probably wouldn't even attack you. They're so proud they wouldn't fight someone who doesn't even think they can fight back.
Yeah, 35. Nice,
Oh
35.
my!
35.
Hang on. Let's take it in for a sec. We almost had identical rolls. 235.
Yeah.
I had 22. You had a 23.
I got a nat 7. You got a nat 18
Mhm.
for that.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
And
sorry, I got a nat 19. Sorry for that. Sorry, go ahead.
yeah, you guys succeed. It doesn't laugh at you. It's just like, oh, sorry. Go ahead, pass through. I didn't mean to scare you.
We did it!
It's like we are terrified of your lightning. Yes.
we're just like groveling as we're walking past them, and they're like, oh.
And as soon as I'm past all this, it's like absolutely forgive me.
No, Apsu is fine because you are being told not to pick fights.
Yeah.
Honestly, these creatures aren't
but the whole
evil.
groveling thing, it's like he
It
feels
is-
kind of bad that he's
I
groveling
mean,
to
you
other
are
people other
so
than him.
you are only trying to help your friends here because you're not entirely like it's not so much the fact that you are actually being cowardly. It's the fact that you are trying to appeal to something that would not accept anything other than cowardice. So I don't know, and a lot of GMs might actually give you a bit of punishment for that, but I'm not gonna do it. It's hilarious.
Wow, what would they punish us? Aww.
Well, because I'm pretty sure paladins have to act with courage or something, yada yada.
Yeah, they quote unquote must act with honor.
And to be fair, why I would give you this is you're acting honorably so that you and your friends do not get into a fight
Fight.
with a creature that is honorable, like a storm giant or a cloud giant.
Mm-hmm.
Anyways,
It's like
you
I have no
guys,
beef with you, therefore I shall spare you.
you guys are basically shown by Glenn way in where you can sort of watch both scenes unfold. So after Matt and Aurora get to the hideout, Matt says, "See, I told you it was here. Now, what do you think? Lies here." As Matt says that, a woman says, "Who's there?" Matt goes,
Uh-oh.
Is that you?"
Uh-oh.
As steps on and says, "The hell are you doing here, Matt?" Here's a quick question. Do you guys remember who Kusanagi is?
Leader of the
Kusanagi is Matt's mom.
Kusanagi trade unit.
Yep.
Yeah, Matt's
Matt's
mom.
the mom.
Matt's mom, yes.
Yeah,
Why
one
is
of
that? Why
Matt's
is
mom.
he? Why is the scion of the trade union here?
Yeah, that's the biggest question is why
With
the
no
hell
protection
is
as
the
well?
leader of the
So
trade
Matt
union?
says to well, if you must know, oh wait, no. So sorry.
You're saying the Matt.
No. Right. So,
He doesn't want to give away
is
the
saying
surprise.
to Matt, "What the hell are you doing here?" And Matt's like, "What the hell are you doing here?" And it's like, "I asked you first." And Matt says, "Well, I asked you second, and I think you owe me a few things. Now, don't ya?" And says, "Well, if you must know, there is a memorial to my father in here, a man by the name of Myron Thunder. My mother was a woman by the name of Loyal, a Tien half-elf. Lila was like an older sister to me, and well, one of the reasons why I do what I do. If you and your men need anything, funds-wise, let me know. I will do whatever I can to help you. You're a good man with a good goal, and both of your mothers would be very proud of you." Matt smiles as her says, "I meant Alexstrasza, kid. She was a good woman, and you're her swan song. And Miss Montesquieu, take care of him, but don't try to keep him from adventuring. He'll be a great leader either way, but he'll be a legendary if you let him finish his journey. So, Matt asks Glenn, can I talk to you for a second? And sort of waves the two outside. And says, or Aurora says to her, you're his actual mother, aren't you? As says, I don't think I deserve that title. Aurora says to her, you trust them? As says, I do. Most, more than anything else, but that's because there are things that I know and things that you don't know, and vice versa. Look, he willingly chose his family. And if you force him to choose between you and the family he made, he will choose his family if you force him. So, don't force him to choose. Don't make him cut you out of his life. You're good for him. And more importantly, the people who are in the shade tend to keep a cool head in the worst of situations. So that might be one of the reasons that he chose people like him. Or anyone you're talking about. On the other side of things, to give you a brief summary, because I'm realizing I wrote this down so lightly I can't read it. Glenn is chastising Matt, saying, you probably shouldn't have gone after that. And Matt's like, yeah, have you ever heard of a man by the name of Rudolphus Maximus? And Glenn's like, oh, you're the kid he was talking to with his last word. So he's like, yeah, so this is round 2. And I wasn't going to let it happen twice. Yes, Rudolphus Maximus. Why?
Last name is Maximus.
Yes.
Yeah.
But,
no.
What?
I wonder if we're related.
I don't think so. Your family was a bunch of chaotic evil elves, and he's a lawful good human. I'm pretty sure those two things don't add up.
Family trees can be pretty fucked, okay? So
You ain't wrong. You ain't wrong.
Yeah. Listen, your grandma is Nihil. I don't think I don't think you'd be like, I should chaotic evil just like her. I don't think anyone argues that, right?
It's not just
so
I
don't
it's
have
the fact that he's older than. Well, he's not older than you, but for a human, he's older than you are as an elf.
The point is that you can have the same last name. You can be completely different people. That's the point.
So Maximus would be a Taldane name, so it probably wasn't your original last name.
Oh, fuck. Okay.
Yeah. Raphael was totally your original last name.
It's just a thing that it's just a thing that I thought of after my mind wipe, my amnesia.
Yes.
Gotcha. Go ahead. Sorry.
So, anyways, as you know, you follow and everyone back inside. Or Matt and Glenn back inside after they have this little exchange. One of the things to pick up from this is that Glenn does respect him, but also thinks he's a dumbass and too young, and more importantly, too kind to be the king.
How old is Matt, and how old is Glenn?
Glenn is a reborn, 45-year-old man who is now a 23-year-old Gripply.
This frog was in charge of bodyguarding Eliza, right?
Yeah. This frog used to be a human. Shadow of Corleone split his soul from his body and put his soul into an egg of a Gripply. That's why
I can't wait for Shadow of Corleone.
Shadow of Corleone is gonna be great. Anyways, after you guys manage to get teleported back because, has that little staff where she can tap it on the ground, teleport people to any, organized building or any part of civilization, right? So, and you guys managed to just get a sneak peek of what that little sign means. Matt and Aurora sort of enter their room for a few hours, You don't hear anything other than just them chatting, talking about their lives, and getting to know each other more than what they knew of each other before. In
Matt and Aurora,
particular,
right?
Matt and Aurora. In particular, Matt
Okay.
is starting to learn more about Aurora because at the end of the day, Aurora knows almost everything about him, but he doesn't know too much about her. So today
A
you
mystery.
managed to
Women
get
are a mystery.
today you managed to make it so that this little lovely couple managed to get a bit closer. Another thing is that Aurora managed to pick up a picture of her mother with the Circus of Wayward Wanderers,
Ah,
including the characters from Amnesiac Anonymous. However, uh, if any of you were to ask about those characters, would say, I don't remember them, but I don't think
huh.
they survived what happened. No,
Ah,
they didn't. That's what I do. That's why I do what I do. They wouldn't have
damn.
ever had to die if we had people funding the good in this world. Here's an trade union is cutthroat, but that's because I want to be able to turn to any group doing the right thing and give them the funding they need. Maybe if that happened, my father wouldn't be dead. That is the little story known as The Weight of the Crown.
Lovely.
Yay.
We almost got caught, but thankfully, with our groveling and our exceedingly large,
Remember, a giant
enormous,
can't legally kill you if you say
terrorist-
no.
exceedingly large, exceedingly exceptional
Hang
diplomacy,
on.
Court.
Can
Yeah.
I just say something real quick?
Uh-huh.
We literally just used the kobold cow and bag ability.
Yep, you sure
Yep.
did.
You believe that they have to pay for it?
We will take
Yeah.
a small aside here so that we can decide what your second little affinity mission will be.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yep. So we will
Heck yeah.
be right back.
Affinity mission.
Yeah,
So give us this.
Let me go back to the important part. So, Lancelot stars in
A hopeless romantic or something like that, was it?
No, it's sorry. Part of the reason I'm doing it this way is because I'm looking for it. No, that's not it. Sooner than that, really? Lancelot stars in The Ladies' Man Falls in Love. Lancelot is feeding Invincible some oats as he says, "Good girl. Now then, you ready to go?" As the horse neighs, he says, "Good girl." As he rubs her mane, he looks at you and says, "So, I need your help. You see, I've fallen in love with someone. No noble or rich girl, but a lovely peasant, a baker named Delilah Stronger. However, you need to know I mean it, so I figured I would go try and tell her how I feel. So I think I could use some help. Tell you what, I'll pay you 300 gold if you help me." Come on, I mean it. I
How
really
can we help?
do. Well, I don't know, act with my wingman, you know?
There's a lot of us, so let's try to let's not try to intimidate her when we there's a good amount of us, so we can have a couple people be be a bit behind the shadows to make sure everything's all right. But if if we come in the ride and she's like 5 of us, it could be a little intimidating if you know what I mean.
Lancelot looks at you, it's like, really? I don't see a problem with it. I
Uh,
mean, to be honest, our perception in Android is pretty good.
You might be right on
So,
that.
if anything, it'd probably make her feel safer if you guys came along and were open about it.
What do you guys think?
I mean,
I would like to roll a society check on that.
Okay.
Oh, yes, please do.
Let's see.
You can roll society checks.
Well, the city does like us.
The city
Again.
definitely does like you.
Oh dear! I think this is. I think you can re-roll. It's been an hour, right? We've done our first. Yeah.
Yeah, I have one more.
And this isn't a combat quest, so yeah.
Yeah, so
Oh my god!
Carl, you think that you don't think that Lancelot is wrong about your appearance to the people in the city. You think he's bullshitting that he can fall in love. You do not believe
Damn! Damn! I can't believe he rolled double nat once.
You can't believe that someone like Lancelot can settle down with someone, especially a peasant.
Damn.
Raphael,
She'd be like,
Lancelot has a particular way of speaking that most Haldane noblemen, such as knights, would not have. This man was born a peasant, meaning it's probably more likely he'd actually truly relate to someone in the peasantry.
Damn.
And
true love
you
does
know that
exist.
Shadow is hesitant, so you might want to ask him a few things about himself.
Hesitant. So I see Shadow just.
By the way,
I think I see Shadow with like a weird look with his face.
Yeah.
He's just like,
yes, you do.
Okay.
By the way, for the sake of the audience, it's been a while since these two have come up. So this is Invincible.
Yeah.
All right. Is this going in Discord or on? Oh, there we go. There we
look,
go.
it's a horse. Look, it's a mighty horse. Oh, nice lance. A lot.
I have the feeling he's trying to compensate for something. I don't know what's giving me that
Damn.
vibe.
Damn. Off the pretense that Shadow doesn't believe, he's gonna be like, after he learns his information, he's gonna use it against Lancelot. It could be. It could be. Well, does he wanna? Does he wanna? Hold up.
Do I want to
At
what
this
now?
time, do I wanna? I can try to convince Shadow now, but I'm wondering he wants to roll first. Do you want to roll first? Okay, I'll try to. So,
Okay, hang on. It has to come from the horse's mouth.
what?
Yeah.
Carl?
Isn't the peasantry below you? I'm confused here. Really?
Before you. Yeah, go ahead.
Sorry, let me just repeat a couple of things because I just realized I was muted. Basically, Lancelot was. Yeah, no, sorry. I went to feed my cat because she was hungry. Sorry about that. Anyways, Lancelot basically is like, yeah, I'm serious. I'm in love with this peasant. Carl doesn't believe this. Lancelot actually comes from the peasantry, so I was like, yeah, I never saw it that way. I was born into peasantry. My father was a horse breeder, taught me how to ride and treat horses well, and even breed them. But more importantly, taught me how to joust. So I wanted to learn how to joust so I wanted to challenge some people to prove my worth. And Linda offered to sponsor my challenges if I was any good, and became a Lion Knight at the end of my challenging. So I'm actually a bit of a legend across the Taldane jousting circuit. And
Wow.
so is this girl here. She's about 10 years old now, so.
I see that Invincible has been a trusty partner to you ever since you've taken her.
Oh, yeah. My shield isn't just for my safety, but it helps keep her safe, too.
Now tell me, Mr. Lancelot, and have you been through love at first sight before?
I gotta be honest with you, this is not first sight. I've known her for a while. I've just. She used to live in. She used to live in a place called Casimir, and I went there quite a bit for my work. Uh, Ultimately, I ended up paying for her to get out of town and somewhere safe because Casimir's not a really great place. I just wanted to tell her how I finally felt, so, you know.
You started having feelings for her at Casimir?
Yeah. I mean, I'm from Casimir too. We've been friends for a long time. It's just. I don't know, man.
Okay. Sounds reasonable to me. I look at Shadow. I understand that you may be a bit worried, but since story checks out to me, that has some peasant upbringing. He loved a peasant. sort of been friends with the president and sort of developed feelings for her. Sounds pretty normal. Don't you agree?
I actually start looking like I'm thinking. It's like
The gears are turning in your head. Finally, your ring here's the thing. Finally, your ring yells at you. God dang it! Like, I understand you're not the most intelligent person in the world, but I think he means it.
no. It's no, Matt. It's not that. He's thinking. It's like, if we're gonna do this, is she used to seeing you in your armor? Because I think that approaching her as more of an equal might help your cause.
Well, I mean, you're not wrong.
Just
But she is used to me in my armor.
okay.
Besides, no ladies like a knight in shining armor at the end of the day?
It can come off as pretty good to people, especially in our circles. It can also work out well here too. There's potential that it doesn't. If you can relate to you more in what your normal casual attire, then that'd be fine. You don't necessarily have to bring in your suit, your sweeper up. If she feels like if she's a strong-headed woman, especially, it's all right if you come after with a less apparent touch of being a knight and more personal. If you know what I mean.
At the same time, I am a knight. I'm a cavalier. This is the job that's going to help pay the bills. So, I don't know. If she's going to turn me down when wearing armor, then I'd hate to say it.
Can you describe her? Yeah, can you describe her to me in terms of?
Delilah she's a sweet woman. She's never tried and done a lick of harm in her life. Got in trouble with a mob, not because of anything she did, but because of something she didn't do. They wanted her to poison one of the pastries she was selling to a nobleman, and, well, she didn't want to do that. I was able to get Glinda to help to help fund her retreat to Almas, but I don't know. It's been a while since.
If you think that works, you certainly know her more than me. Then we'll go with the Night Owl. We'll go with yourself on Invincible and Unite.
Well, I mean, she loves Invincible. She's known Invincible since she was a little baby. She wasn't there when Invincible was born. I was, but you should have seen her. She loved Invincible when we were younger. Was her favorite thing to do? Watch us ride throughout a little training course.
All good.
The oats I was feeding Invincible were actually spare oats she gave me, so I thought I should give her a little treat at the end of the ride. I sort of went to try and tell her myself, but I don't think she was gonna listen.
Gotcha. Well, if anyone has any rejections, I see no reason as to not help Lancelot here.
Yeah, it's
all right.
For me.
Introducing the wingman system.
Oh my gosh, what is this? What did you introduce now?
I have decided to more narrowly focus down on the influence system. So that rather than directly influencing someone for your own sake, there are different situations for which you are influencing these people. So I have broken it down 2 ways so far. There will be more ways. The wingman system is designed for you to help influence another character's opinion of other character's opinion, basically. So you're acting as someone's wingman. This doesn't always have to be romantic, but I call it the wingman system because it is born from this sort of quest here. So
Okay. What are the qualities? I do want to know if we're having this wingman system. I do want to ask Lancelot here before we head off to meet her. What sort of stuff? What's he like? What sort of things he's?
Well,
Is he like a classical knight, or is he a bit like this or that? A bit more soft?
Well, he would tell you what she likes. So she is a big fan of horses and men who know how to take care of them, oddly enough. She
Okay.
hates men who are overly prideful.
Oh, well, Lancelot, he was a bit zealous sometimes. So
she
I keep that in check.
she also does heavily respect someone like Lancelot because he worked his way up into success. He wasn't born with it. So you've got one strike and one good thing working. Another thing I will mention is that Lancelot will be with you on every one of the checks you make, and he will basically feed off of the conversation you're having with Delilah, so he can put his own foot in his own mouth with this. He doesn't make checks himself, but you need to steer him away.
I'm about to make this guy so humble. He's gonna change his entire personality.
Right, but you gotta lead him down the route. You know, like it's not just enough for you to say something. You gotta get him to say the right things too.
Well, how do I have to be like as he can say for himself sort of deal?
As far as you know, what you can do to influence Delilah, she's a baker. So cooking and baking lore, as well as crafting, are influence checks.
Oh baby, that crafting.
You can discover more things by using a deception or perception check, and that's it.
Okay. Any
so
questions?
With that being said, I would like to give the audience an idea of what Delilah looks like.
Hello? Delilah?
Delilah, I don't know how to spell it, but that's... Oh, no, I do. I spelled it wrong. Anyways. It is
Dlilah.
Yeah, I know. I spelled it right on the notes, but I rushed to make this for today, so...
Fair enough.
This is Delilah. In particular, you catch her in a garden. It seems like there's fruit bushes here, so you got strawberries, blueberries, that sort of thing. Your setting is you guys and Lancelot are talking to Delilah in her garden as she seems to be picking fruits for some of her more fruity pastries. And I would like you guys to drop yourselves on the board. Let me clear the initiative tracker.
And roll initiative!
Yes.
And also click on your token. Please click on your token.
I mean, to double check. Yeah. No one's ever chat yet, so I think it should be good at least for a little while. Longer.
Also,
got an hour and 10 minutes.
Good on you for asking.
You do.
Well, no, he's got something to go to beforehand, so.
That's why I was like, need to check. Because I double checked the time. It said starts at 4.
One
it's like
of you
8
managed. So, the goal with this, much like the influence system, is to get to a particular point threshold. The point threshold here is 5. There's not a lot of work that needs to be done with this one, but there's still some work that needs to be done. So,
okay.
Roll your initiatives for this wingman system.
Who needs to roll still?
I do. I'm rolling right now.
I'm getting in. I'm getting a bunch of tweet notifications. I haven't turned the computer on in a fucking week.
Your session is next, old man.
Actually, he was going to be appearing later on in both of them, so.
Yeah, cool.
I did not mean to be as late as I was here. I got sidetracked eating and.
Yeah, so I made another version of the influence system, where you're not so much trying to gain influence out of a person, you're trying to interrogate them, called the interrogation system. There is no discovery checks in that because you
We're
don't
trying
need
to get Lancelot here to get with this peasant
You're
lady
trying to
named
get
Delilah.
Lancelot to get settled down.
A simple down. Wow.
Well, okay, I'm good at.
He referenced the system as the wingman system. So, kill me. Anyways.
Anyways, I still need Will to roll initiative.
I did roll.
No, you need Will. Go back to the map with.
Did you click on your token?
Did you click on your token?
Oh, I did not click on my token. Oh.
I dragged the name in and.
You can put 27 for his token. Yeah.
Wait, where? Okay, wait. We're probably on a different map right now, aren't we?
No.
We're on Albus.
Well, remember I said that.
Oh yeah, I'm not. I don't have GM privileges anymore, right?
Yep. Which is nothing personal. It's just I like being able to have a surprise on you guys.
Nothing personal.
But I was going to remove it from both you and Carl, but I remember Carl helps update the Excel document, so
nice.
Not only that, I have no idea where the hell to even look for a surprise. So I'm like,
well, the good news is Matt writes exclusively in code.
Yeah, actually, I was going to joke that I've been taking notes manually. So
011011101.
But no, that's not incorrect though. You showed us your freaking 5-piece journal.
It's like a school notebook.
Tal'Dor arc. It's like
it's a school notebook.
That's it.
It is a 5-subject notebook. That is not it. That's gonna last us until the end of the Tal'Dor arc.
Again, that's it.
I mean,
that seems like it ain't that far out.
Yeah, that's it, Carl, because the Tal'Dor arc is one of those meatier sections.
Okay.
There we go. So I need to hit on this Delilah.
Wait, not you, Lancelot.
Yeah, you were acting as
Lancelot. Okay.
No, you were helping Lancelot.
We'll make this Delilah bitch jealous.
Please no.
Okay, so what you know are acceptable ways of getting information, or getting her points from her are cooking and baking lore, as well as crafting checks. To get information on what else you can use, you can make discovery checks using deception or perception. She likes horses and men who know how to take care of them. She hates overly prideful men, and she likes men who have worked their way up to success instead of were born with it.
She is a baker, so she is probably going to be interested somewhat in crafting.
Well, let's do the discovery stuff because I don't have any of that BS and other stuff.
She can also be persuaded with basic diplomacy.
Diplo.
Said intimidation. Hold on. So
no, not intimidation. In particular, it is the highest DC for diplomacy.
Mm-hmm.
We're just pumping our boy up here, like, Lancelot. He's a Lancelot. He's a nice dude.
For actual influence checks, you will need to talk with Lancelot with Delilah. For the purposes of differentiating between those two, I will mention. So Delilah will say, or so Lancelot says to that. So you got to listen for a name, since my voices aren't all that great. Okay, cool. Maple.
Yep.
It is your action. You want to influence?
Let's see.
Would you like to use a nature check to think about how you might be able to approach this?
Yeah, I might as well just do that.
Nature, 36.
You don't know Lancelot that well. However, you are a being that might be along the similar lines of you know, you're a natural creature compared to most other humanoids and human intelligence type creatures, so she might be more willing to listen to you, especially if you put Lancelot in a good light. So
I
you
can't
don't
wait
know
for the
him that
things that.
well, but you can pump up his uh, relationship with you to make him a
Pump
bit
up the
more solid.
stocks.
It's too big to fail.
Oh God.
Anyways, Maple, you
I know
still
Let's
why,
haven't
but
go,
talked,
Meme
but
Name.
I was looking for like bless spell, but bless it won't help him.
well, no, it's just a social interaction that we have roles for essentially. So,
I
what
cast fireball.
what you could
I cast
do,
fireball to cook
Maple,
your things
is
faster.
like I said, you have diplomacy now. You can use diplomacy and try and get him some influence here.
Yep.
But before you roll, tell me what you're gonna say. We'll have a little conversation before you roll.
Lancelot, I heard you're having troubles.
You are in front of Delilah, so yeah. Let me. Oh yeah,
Nah.
no, you're right. I am having a little bit of trouble. What were we talking about again when we were talking about my troubles I was having?
You're too kind.
Oh yeah, I know. I think I just gave away my last salary to an orphanage nearby.
If there's
Okay.
anything I can do to help you after you've helped everyone else, just say the word.
I will actually ask for a deception check here. I will allow it as though it's a diplomacy check.
It's a deception, yeah.
Oh
Um,
my God.
you know,
Oh my
just because of
gosh.
how cheesy that is, I will give you a success, but I won't give you a point of influence.
Wow.
You have gained a success, but you have not earned a point of influence. That's unfair. That's outrageous. That being said, Shadow.
That is what I thought that the maple be like. Go ahead, Shadow.
You know, in all my time in the promised military, I have not seen anyone handle a horse as well as you do.
Yeah,
And
well, I've had
and
her.
I'm not joking on that. I've seen so many of my colleagues get kicked in the face by them.
Well, yeah. I
Kind of
mean,
wish you were their
I've had,
trainer after.
I've had Invincible here since I was 15, whatever it was back then. I mean, she's been with my family for a long time, and she's been a pretty trusty and noble steed. And Delilah says,
Mm-hmm.
"Yeah, Invincible's been really good, and well, let me know if you need some spare oats. I've got some of the ones she likes, and I tend not to use them outside of horse treats, anyways. And well, maybe I can give her one of my horse treats next time. Roll it, Carl.
Let's go, Carl. Let's go, Carl.
Where
Let's
is my
go, Shadow. Freaking all hail Shadow, I guess. Waiting for
Having
it.
trouble with that, Shadow?
diplomacy, right?
Diplomacy, yeah. Ooh, that is a success. And I will give you a point of influence there.
It's just like I know something I can say. Because that's actually the truth. Like he has seen in his time people just getting kicked in the face and having to go get their teeth fixed.
Gurkfall, let me give you a bit of background with you. Lancelot in the future is someone that you don't particularly hate, but you don't particularly like either. That
how is Gurkfall helpful? He doesn't have any experience in this kind of thing.
exactly.
So,
But you do know what to talk about. The answer is, do you actually want to help him? Because here's the thing. You don't remember him having a wife by the name of Delilah.
uh-oh. So I guess I'm
You
not
also
helping him then?
don't. Well. well, you also don't remember him having a wife. You didn't really talk about his family. So he didn't outright bring it up. So you're in this weird position where you're like, yeah, I could not help him, but I also might have to. So you can roll this either way. You have freedom of choice on whether or not you help this guy.
I guess it's gonna be a no then.
Wow.
So how are you gonna set him up for failure, my man? Because you.
Oh, I'm not
being-
gonna set him up for failure either.
So you. Well, I mean, you gotta say something.
You could do discovery checks if you have those.
I mean,
Well, I can come back to you if you want to think about how to go.
I
about
mean,
doing
I don't
this.
really know what to do. Is the thing.
Huh.
Huh.
I'm
We'll come
imagining.
back to you. We'll come back to you.
Okay.
By the way, session start.
Raphael.
Yeah, I'm taking the approach of her baking skills,
Okay.
and you know, so Raphael goes. Lancelot has told me a lot about your baking skills and how your bread is absolutely amazing to eat, and how you're pretty, pretty noble with how you give them out, and how you resisted someone tainting the bread. And I think that's really good of you. Lancelot is good to have chosen such a nice person, as well as such a good baker.
Roll with
May I ask
advantage.
what you going to use with those ingredients that you have there?
She is going to say, well, I'm going to make some pastries with these. Now, roll with advantage.
Which one? Crafting?
Yeah, roll with advantage.
All right. 31.
31 is a success. And because of you using the right things here, being able to get not a listed weakness or personal bias, but being able to hit the right marks, that is a 35, which makes it a critical success.
Yo, nice. Cool.
So that's 2 points of influence. Doth? King?
I'm hearing it. I'm hearing it.
Awesome,
My gut's
awesome.
kind of hurting right now.
Mm.
Sorry. Let me give it up. So, do we still need to get a few more?
A couple
deceptional-
more. You have you've discovered everything because one of you was intelligent enough to ask Lancelot what she's like. So currently you are looking at diplomacy checks, cooking and baking lore, or crafting. You have crafting, don't you?
That's all at 11. Diplomacy is 11, and then what's the other one you said? Diplomacy.
Crafting, baking, or cooking lore.
Nope.
I would allow you. Well, crafting would not be the worst. It's a lower DC.
All right, there you go.
Oh, geez. Okay, how are you gonna go about doing this?
Well, what does she like to get crafted? Like horse?
Well,
stuff?
no.
Oh,
She's
there
a
we go.
baker.
Carved
She's a
oak.
baker. Remember? So Raphael was pumping her up in terms of like her baking skill, right?
Okay.
Yeah. I was like, you're a good baker. I know that you didn't when coerced to taint the bread, you rejected it. And what ingredients are you having? So I tried to focus more on that on my end.
So, well, I could probably, with my powers of crafting, I could probably show her how to make a great apple pie.
Nice.
So there's not exactly time to show her, but you can explain the process.
Yeah.
But I will point out, well, this is a bit different from the influence system because you're trying to pump up. You were trying to pump up Lancelot too, so you want to throw him in there too.
Make Lancelot a bit jealous and make him start moving on his lady. See some other dude kind of humping in on him.
Okay, that's a point of influence. Maple.
Yeah. Good job.
Ugh, God.
Maple.
Let's go, Maple. Let's
It's
go,
the
May May
Maple
na May.
Vader.
All right. I have no idea what to say.
Well, your last thing you said was you just didn't quite roll well enough to get a point of influence. So it's not like the last route didn't work. So I don't know. How would you try and pump up Lancelot?
All right. I'll try and bring up something else that he's done for other people. How about that time when you saved the whole village
Oh.
of what was the place?
Oh, you're talking the whole village of West Eastburg.
Yeah, that one. Say,
Yeah.
what was wrong? What did they need help with?
Oh, a dragon was attacking their town. Well, let's just say with me and Invincible, my lance took quick work of that dragon.
Wow.
How nice! You saved the entire village.
Yup, and I managed to save their livestock too, and that's what's really important.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, the people are important too, but, you know, without the livestock, those people wouldn't have been in a much better spot, even if the dragon was dead. So, saved a lot of horses.
And their livelihood.
Yeah, saved a lot of horses, saved a lot of cows, chickens, you know, everything. By the way, this is a true story. He did save a town by the name of West Eastburg.
West Eastburg.
Yep, West Eastburg.
Where did they come up with this shit? Anyway.
So, here, West Eastburg is a city. It's a little village of Uruxi. From a place called Eastburg in the Mwangi Expanse. However, they live in Taldor. So it's West Eastburg. Which is still wrong because Taldor is west, but they thought they traveled west. Or Taldor is east, but they thought they traveled west to get to Taldor. That's the story of West Eastburg.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
So you can roll a diplomacy check, Maple.
Let's go, Maple.
That is a success. So, Delilah's
how many successes?
You got what you need. So
Woohoo!
Delilah's like, you know, it's been a while since I've seen you on Invincible. I've always wanted to take a ride with you guys. And Lancelot's like, well, let me give you a hand up. Let's go for a ride, Delilah. And the two ride off into the sunset. And the next day, or a couple of hours after that, you see Lancelot come home, a huge smile on his face, walks up to you and is like, thanks. That helped me a lot. I don't know how I would have done it without you guys. Also, Maple, I didn't know you knew about West Eastburg.
He probably winged it. From what it looks like, from what it's, I don't know about you. She seemed pretty convinced, but.
Oh no, West Eastburg was a real thing. It was a town near Casimir. Don't worry about it. It actually did happen. It's not important.
Okay, good job with the taking Delilah.
Yep.
I hope you two have a nice future together.
Well, yeah, she was telling me how it was like in Almost City.
How's it like?
Well, she said it was pretty great. Ended up getting some, ended up going over to a farm, buying some apples, and they, wrapped the, basket of apples in a plain white t-shirt.
Haha, yeah, haha. Sure.
Anyways,
I see, I get it, sure. Fuck you, man.
I'm surprised you didn't get it on. She was telling me what it was like here in Almost City. Anyways.
And 1,000 miles away, but you look so pretty.
Oh,
yes.
Yeah.
I get it.
Yes.
I will kill myself now.
Yeah, no. That was the actual inspiration for Delilah. Anyways.
I thought that you would be Delilah, like, oh, fuck, you're gonna bring a plain white t-shirt. Plain white tees reference.
Yes, I did. I did.
Yep.
Because at the end of the day, unlike the guy from the Plain White Tees who wrote that song, Lancelot got his Delilah. Anyways, that is the story of Lancelot's first dip into true love.
It will not be his last, hopefully.
Oh, I mean, do you mean like his last like love interest or his last?
I thought it's a maintained love.
It is a maintained love, but like that's what I meant by when I said his first step into true love. It won't be his last step into true love, but I wanted to make sure we were clarifying that.
Yeah, I just wanted. Yeah, I didn't mean it.
Yeah.
You know what? I'm gonna be the guy in the room. I do hope they break up.
So you guys get, and I hate to do this to you, Maple, because I know you worked hard to get 420.69 gold, but you unfortunately have earned 300 gold from Lancelot, as well as a set of greater ablative armor, and 350 gold from Glen Greentree.
It was good while it lasted.
So we hit our period of downtime. Next session, we have with you guys, we'll do our first round of the tournament, and then a couple more affinity missions.
Tournament.
That being said, for now, do any of you want to do anything with your downtime? Because crafting got fixed! Hooray!
Yay! Now I'm still wondering what to make for Kimiko. It's been like a month, probably 4 months since I brought this to you, but I'm not sure what to make.
I don't know.
I'm good.
What do you make for a psychic? What do you make for a psychic lady?
Oh, is that the one that put me in the hospital?
Yeah, that's the one that put you in the hospital. Well, not the hospital.
Yeah.
The one that put you in a torture chamber. There's a difference. One of those places you get better. The other you get worse.
The one that she defended me. And I was like, huh, that's just outside my door. Thank you for that. I didn't know why. That was strange.
Oh, don't worry.
But I am...
You can worry about that. You can worry about that when the time comes. It'll be fine, my friend.
What would Kimiko want?
That's the main thing. That would be my downtime. Just thinking about what to craft. Because I'm not a psychic. If I was a psychic, I would know.
Day one of prep time is figuring out what you're gonna make, I guess.
Yep. Anyone else?
What about you, Maple? You want to buy a little pocket garden and start growing some things?
Pocket garden.
Good, but I don't have crafting.
Yeah, you can use nature to grow plants.
I'll be doing that then.
Yeah.
So we'll treat this as regular earn income based crafting because this will determine how many reagents of alchemical items and other items you make by growing plants. So roll me a nature check. The
nature boy Maple Leaf.
I rolled a 3.
I wouldn't say alchemical reagents are high level, so I think that should be fine. But if you want to re-roll it, I don't think you've used hero points yet today.
I'll not re-roll it.
Okay. He doesn't want to re-roll. Anything else?
Well, I still have 2 more people who can earn income.
For crafting. Okay, hold on.
Well, you can do it with lore skills too.
Lore skills.
Can be like
my Green Man lore.
I would allow you to use Green Man lore for the purposes of crafting, but your nature is a better roll regardless, because you have a
See
negative
what I
edge.
get. Of course, I roll a
Green
17
Man.
here.
You know what? I'll go play chess at the bar with my warfare lore. There we go.
Oh, chess.
I will allow that use of it, actually. So, for this particular occasion, we'll use society rules where you use a task level of 2 levels lower than you, which gets you 3 gold for it. And
Cool.
Maple, we're going to call what your task level is level 5 for alchemical reagents. So that puts your Rain Man lore skill, which I will allow as a critical success.
Wait,
So over this day, you will be making about 5 gold worth of reagents.
Cool.
When you harvest the reagents, by the way, they will only be usable for that day in terms of crafting, but it'll be for the whole check of the crafting check. So one day, you will be able to use it to start crafting, and you have to use it that day to start the crafting, but it'll last until the finishing of the crafting check. So you're just setting up your team for future, and at the same time, you can get a bit of gold from them for the reagents too. So that being said, what about you, Kirkfall? You doing anything to earn income?
Will?
You doing anything to earn income, Will?
I don't know. I'm just working. What would Kirkville even be doing to earn income? I guess nothing.
What if he was a fortune teller? You can't be a fortune teller, but what if he was?
I mean, he would be breaking a lot of
I know.
You could, what lore skills do you even have?
I could just start healing people, actually.
Oh, yeah, you could be using medicine, but here's the problem with that. You're a Serenite. You do that for free.
Well, yeah, true.
Yeah, it's like...
You want to do it for... What do you want to do? What does he do for profit? What do they do for profit?
He could preach.
Charisma-based skills.
He could priest. He could, preach. He could go on a corner and start teaching the glory of Sarenrae.
Yeah, but is that very responsible?
I mean, you are a redeemer of Sarenrae. You could...
Yeah, I can go preach, yeah.
Yeah, you can tell your story in a very vague way, and it might move some people. Even if you wouldn't necessarily earn income from it, you would be doing something your character would probably do in downtime.
Fair enough.
I mean, by this time, Dirkfall is a what's it called? What's the second-hand man of a deity?
You're a minor herald at this point. So yeah, that's what you would be doing. You wouldn't even care about gold. You'd put like a little can or something.
Hallelujah! I was saved. I was saved.
I ain't gay no more.
Oh God.
But anyways, so we're gonna call it here for now for session 1. I'm going to very quickly see if I can do a recording without ending the stream. If I don't have to end the stream, we will be back at whenever I get the next group in. So see you later.